Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? I'm sorry, once again, I'm not showing my face. I'm sorry. But today, you plug it up back there. But today was a really, really, really busy day for me. And I'm sorry. This is a really big, Art Cathey is another big person that it takes like a lot to research. So I had a lot to do and I had a lot to research. So you guys got to forgive me once again. All right, for not showing my face. But y'all know what, I just noticed that the notification comes out a little later than I actually go live. I wonder if I'm going live too early. But anyway, no, you don't have to turn that on. That's hurting my eyes. Turn that off. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this light right. So look, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. How are you guys doing this evening? I am so glad that you guys are here. And again, I sincerely apologize for not showing my face. But today was a really busy, busy day. And again, Art Cathey is not somebody you can just sit down and just talk about. At least not for me. Because I don't really know much about Art Cathey. All I know is that she was a part of Invest, Relocate Africa. But as you guys know, when I was in researching Invest, Relocate Africa, or maybe you don't know, when I was researching, Invest, Relocate Africa, she had already left the Gambia. And she was no longer there. She wasn't on YouTube. So I never researched her. So people always ask me, to research her. But, it was, I just, like I told y'all, the way I decide who I'm going to talk about, it comes from you guys' suggestion. And also I have to feel led to do so. Okay. Like I have to have confirmation to do so. Okay. I never had confirmation to talk about Art Cathey. And everybody know, I'm cool with Quasi. So you would think, well, you're so cool with Quasi, why you didn't investigate her? The same reason I didn't research Blacksit. I wasn't led to. But now I feel like I am led to. And we got to talk about Art Cathey. So that's who we're talking about tonight. We're gonna, now don't think for 1 second that we're done with Tanzania or that we're done with Ghana, because no, remember, this is summer break begins this weekend. So not only will I be on the weekends, but we'll do lives during the week. And when I get to Gambia, we'll go live probably every day as much as I can. Hopefully I'll have a good internet signal once I get there and we can go live every day. Because I'm sure because last time I was in Gambia, the development was crazy. So I can't even imagine what it looks like now. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I show you guys all of that. And we're going to continue to talk about the repats in the Gambia. Maybe I can meet up with some of them and we can do some interviews with some of them, whoever's there. I don't know. But if you're on here and you're in the Gambia and you want to meet with me and talk about your experience in the Gambia, you're more than welcome to do so. Just email me at kikilovesnigeria@gmail.com. All right, so let me get this disclaimer up here so we can get started. Because y'all know I'm ready to start talking and y'all ready for me to start talking. Because honey, it's 33 of y'all on here and I just got on here. So that means y'all saying, Kiki, let's get this party started. But we got to do our disclaimers. Y'all know that. I got to do fair use. Where is it? I got so much stuff up here open now. Y'all wouldn't believe it. But hey, like I told you, Art Cathey is not somebody you can just talk about lightly. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to do your research. This is a complex human being that we're talking about here. This is just not a simpleton that you can just go in, most people aren't simpletons. You can't just go and just do look at it and figure it out. No, No, you can't. You gotta research people. People have lives. So if you want to present the story fairly, all right, if you want to just come and just do whatever you do, then that's fine. But if you want to present the story fairly, then I think in my approach is that I tell the person's story. All right, that's what I do. So who am I? I am Kiki Loves Nigeria. This show is called Kiki Loves Nigeria. And on Kiki Loves Nigeria, we talk about anything and everything that impacts your repatriation to West Africa, all of Africa, you're expatting to Africa, or even you simply visiting Africa. All right, we talk about all of that. All of that, whatever's going to impact that, we talk about it on this channel because you wouldn't believe all the things that would impact just that. So many things that you never even thought about. Now why are we talking about this? You'll say, well, why are you talking about Art Cathey? This is Art Cathey's private situation. Why are you talking about it? You said you're going to talk about stuff that impacts us as a community. How does Art Cathey's situation impact us as a community? Because Art Cathey's situation, it tells us what to do and what not to do. All right. Art Cathey's situation is something we should all look at and learn from. All right. Look at and learn from. That's the first thing you got to do. Because when you put your judging hat on, judging skills are different from learning skills. All right. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully. And y'all know I don't do that. Y'all know I will just say it, but I'm trying to choose my words carefully because this lady is very, very thick right now. I truly believe in my heart that this lady is from what I've been researching, this lady is sick. When I look at her, I'm going to show you pictures of her, images of her 12 years ago to now. Something. And Art Cathey's a young lady. She's young. This is disturbing me. This is disturbing me because I keep saying, how did somebody this young get this sick? How did she get this sick? This is what got me all perplexed. And you know what it reminded me of was this preacher I told y'all about a long time ago who would do trips to Ghana in my town. He was a big, big preacher, all right? And what happened, one time he went to this village. He was doing this village. He was putting electricity there. He was bringing Christianity there. They was going there doing missionary work. They were doing big work in this village in Ghana. It was like a little city. But y'all, when he came back the last time, he got deathly ill. It was like he had a stroke, but it wasn't a stroke. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know what it was. They didn't know what caused it. This man got so sick, he had to quit being the pastor of the church. The mission in Ghana ceased. The wife took over the church for a little while, and then they became no more. They kind of faded into the background because this man needed 24-hour care. It was like he had a stroke, but he didn't. But the doctor said he didn't have a stroke, but he exhibited all the symptoms of a stroke. All right. Nobody knows what happened to him. I asked my African friends, because I always ask them because I want to know. So I told them about it. I said, what do y'all think happened to him? I told them about it. They said, oh, those people in that village. And I was like, what do you mean the people in the village? He was doing things to help the village. They said, Kiki, in your eyes, in the Westerners' eyes, yeah, He's doing things to help. He's bringing Christianity there. He's bringing lights there. He's bringing housing there. But to those traditional people who live in that village, do you think they want all of that? Do you think they want them coming there trying to change what they believe in? And I said, probably not. And he said, that's exactly right. So those elder people there will do something to you. And I'm not saying this is what happened to our Cathey. I'm not saying this is what happened to her because I don't know. All I know is the lady is sick. And according to her, she's been sick since 2023. It could have been sooner than that. We don't know. I haven't had a chance to continue to look. But this illness, according to her in the video from the hospital, this started in 2023. Well, I'm not going to say started. That's when I heard her talk about it. All right. So I'm sorry, y'all. This is a lot for me because I did not expect this to happen to her. I did not expect this woman. And people don't realize, if you don't realize how serious this illness is, then you need to go look it up because this is one of the most aggressive forms of cancer. It has already spread to her liver. This lady, I believe, is 43, 44 years old. 43, 44 years old. So we got to talk about this. Some people believe some of the elders did get her for what she was saying about the Gambians. And we're going to look at some of those videos because we got to talk about it. Because this is the thing I warn you about. I warn you about this. I always tell you, if you don't like a country, honey, the best thing for you to do is pack up your bag of tricks and leave. Don't complain. Don't put it down. Don't talk about them. Just leave. It's like your grandmama taught you. You don't go to nobody's house and sit on their couch and talk about their house. And you don't go and eat nobody's food and then you talk about how nasty it is to their face. Now, when you get home with the rest of your family, you can laugh and talk about how nasty it is. But to their face, no. That's what we don't understand. And way back when she was doing these videos, I don't think because our Cathey was on Instagram, our Cathey was on Facebook. Our Cathey was big before she came to Gambia. She was big before she came to Invest, Relocate Africa. Okay, she already had a following. She brought a big following with her. So that's what we got to understand. So that's what we got to realize. And maybe, she thought she was just being honest, brutally honest, and she thought she was just talking to us. But the Gambians were watching. Gambians live in America. Gambians live here. Gambians watch YouTube. Gambians, let me tell y'all, every African country I've went to, all the Africans I know, they love their country. Okay? They love their country. They're not going to let you sit and talk about their country, period. That's like you. You're not going to let, I don't care how messed up your family is, you're not going to let somebody come in your house, sit on your porch, sit on your couch, and talk about how messed up your family is. Because that's you're not. Because you know what? My sister, when we was growing up, my sister was wild. My sister was wild. I was not wild. I was the kid that sat on the porch and read books all day. I was that kid. I didn't do nothing. I climbed trees. I read books. I talked to my grandmother. I was not getting off that porch. My sister, on the other hand, honey, not only did she get off the porch, she got off the porch and ran around the block. Okay. But people would talk about her. But honey, let me tell you something. You better not ever have let me heard you talk about my sister. You better not have never let me hear you talk about my sister. Because if you had talked about my sister and I heard you, you got a price to pay. Okay. And that's how Africans are. That's the basic way I can explain it. That's how Africans are. You cannot talk about them. Sit in their country. Even when you leave, you better be careful doing that. Because, honey, they'll get you. They'll get you one way or another. And again, I'm not saying this is what happened to our Cathey. I don't know what happened to our Cathey. I don't know how somebody young and is vibrant and is joyful and as all this stuff she was doing. I don't know how this happened to somebody who was into all this healing. I don't know how this happened to somebody who was into eating the right types of foods. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I know she said in the past she was on substances and she was drinking, alcohol. I know she said that, not only drinking it, she did say abusing it. So maybe that, but come on, y'all. That she was only 30, she's only 40 something. How bad could she abused it? You know what I mean? Now, abusing it, that usually hits you in like your 60s, 50s, 60s, but it depends on how bad and what it was. So I take that back. So let me get to this right here before so we can get started. We already got started because I've been talking. So let me give you this fair use. Kiki Loves Nigeria. This is my fair use disclaimer. The content on Kiki Loves Nigeria may contain copyrighted content, not authorized for use on the owner by the owner. However, owner of your content, no copyright infringement is intended. No disrespect is intended. If anything, I am using your video as an example to show people, to guide people, to teach people. That's what I'm using it for. Copyrighted material used on this channel falls under fair use, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, which states copyrighted material can be used for education, research, teaching, and commentary purposes, which is the explicit goal of Kiki Loves Nigeria. Now, let's talk about the views expressed on this channel. The views and thoughts and opinions expressed on this channel belong solely to the host, belong solely to the author and not necessarily to the community, the host, or the channel. And let me say something else about that, because we need to talk about insults. All right. I know there's a lot of people who feel strongly about our Cathey, who have strong feelings about her. Okay. You can voice your strong feelings, but you have to have some type of rationale behind your strong feelings. Okay. And you can't just come on here insulting the lady. Okay. We're not gonna do that. Okay. We don't do that to people who down and can't defend themselves. Now, if you up and fight, then hey, you fair game. But we ain't doing that to somebody who's down and can't defend themselves. Again, I didn't say you could not say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say, but you need to say it respectfully. All right, you're not coming on here, rejoicing in this lady and her and what she's going through. That ain't what we about, and that's not what we do on Kiki Loves Nigeria. All right, so your comments, you got to watch them tonight. All right, so you can say you disagree. You can even say I don't like her, but you got to say why. Okay. You can't come over here and say, "Oh, good, she got the big C. That's what she get." No, we ain't. You're not gonna be able to talk, okay? Because we don't do that. We don't do that. If you feel there's a reason why this happened, then you're more than welcome. I just told you my reason, my rationale, okay? So this channel is about educating people, not insults. Like I always say, on this channel, we sling facts, not insults. Anybody can sling insults. We sling facts. All right, now that we got that out of the way, wait a minute. Let's look at this. Are you serious? Look what Heavy Pedal Time said. Hey, Heavy Pedal Time, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Look, he says, my Uncle Fish died at 39. Are you serious? Oh, see, that's what I told y'all. And he right. I had a friend. He's right. That's why I said it depends on how bad it was. Because I had a friend who I went to high school with. He was a football player, everything, y'all. But he was an alcoholic. Do you know he passed away in his late 20s? He was an alcoholic and he was a diabetic. And he didn't take care of himself. And he passed away. Alexa, stop. Yep. His doctor told, yep, that's the same thing they told him. He was about 25 when they told him to quit drinking. By 29, he was gone. You're right. I know. Who insults people more than art? But yeah, she does. She insults people. But that don't mean we insult people. That's her form of communication, but that's not mine. I don't insult people. I don't do that. I just don't do that. I don't see any purpose in that, insulting people. To me, that means you don't have nothing else. You have no facts. You just talking just to hear yourself talk. So just because somebody else do it, that doesn't make it right. And I don't do that. And this ain't her channel. On her channel, yeah, she say her mouth say terrible things. I am not going to deny that. Her mouth says terrible things. But just because her mouth say terrible things, that don't mean Kiki La Nigeria mouth is going to say terrible things. No, I believe in a God Almighty. And one thing he tell me to do is you don't kick nobody when they down. It's only a fair fight when they can fight as strong as you and equal to you. I only fight fair fights. And our Cathey is in no position to fight me, no shape, form, or fashion. And I don't mean physical, but I mean like match width. I wouldn't even want her to in the position that she's in now. That's a lot of stress when you use your brain energy. So no, just because she do it don't mean we gonna do it. We ain't doing that. Our Cathey is one of ours. Crypto Walk says, I always liked her, but she is definitely always changing. Yeah, and she says some things. She ain't no protected class. For one, I am not convinced of, you're not, diagnosis. Not saying she's lying. I'm just you're just not, he's just not convinced. Okay, well, I'm going to show you a video of her 12 years ago. Now, if you see pictures of me 12 years ago, you'll be like, oh, that's Kiki. I may look a tad bit younger, but you won't say, is that Kiki? You ain't gonna say that. You ain't gonna have to keep looking and say, is that her? You're not gonna have to do that. But these videos I'm gonna show you, you're going to have to do that. And you're gonna say, wait a minute, something is wrong. I don't know if she was diagnosed before she left to go to Africa, because now remember, a lot of people will go. And then Chief Montana, I seen her with him a lot. Now, Chief Montana, I told you she believes in this natural healing, this ancestral reconnection, like ancestral hookup stuff. So she was doing all that with him and herbal healing. So maybe she did that because she found out she was sick, because alcohol is no joke. So I'm going to show you. But we won't know, because we don't know. We're not going to see her medical records. And if I did see her medical records, nobody would know. And I would never share that information with anyone, because I ain't a dirty fighter. That's one thing I don't do. I am not a dirty fighter. Okay. So True Sarah, yeah, I know, wonderful. She's not convinced either. Okay. But how are we gonna know, y'all? How are we gonna? Well, what is the point of the woman pretending? What is the point of the woman pretending? For what? For what? Yeah, she celebrated the death of one of the women in the Gambia. She did, Shakina. And that was disturbing to my soul when I saw that. And I said, oh God, we have to pray for her. Wait a minute, y'all, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Beautiful is at it again. Okay, y'all. Now, yes, that was disturbing when she celebrated the death of Shakina. That was disturbing. Yes, it was. But again, that goes into why people feel the way they do. I'm not saying people don't have a reason to feel the way they do. Nobody is saying that. And nobody is saying her behavior is right. And nobody is saying her behavior is righteous. Nobody is saying that. At least I'm not saying that. I don't know. Somebody on here might be saying that, but I ain't saying that. So, yeah. But that's what she did. You see, she celebrated. So that means somebody, I don't operate in evil principles like that. That's just too, that vibration, for me to do that, that would mean I'd have to lower myself to a very low vibration. I would have to become angry and mean and vile. And that's not me. That is not me. I don't do that. Yes, she is. Yeah, she's all of that. I'm not going to say she's all that. I take that back. So, okay. Like I said, I'm sure y'all basing y'all opinions on what? The videos. But can you tell me why you say that? Life without limits. You said that, but you didn't. Like, see how True Serum says she celebrated the passing of a woman in the Gambia. So can you tell us why you think she's nasty and vile and a gutter snipe? Can you tell us that? Why you feel like that? Like, what's your rationale? Because remember, you can't slang an insult. If you disagree, you got to say why you disagree. Okay, rules of engagement. She said the Gambia was funky with mold and had roaches everywhere in the clothes, on the racks, and in the stores. Yeah, she did. I couldn't believe that when I heard that. I just could not believe it. And then I said, well, where do these people be going? Like, where? Cynthia said the same thing. She saw roaches no, it was a rat. She said trying to get in a store she was in, a mouse. But where are you going? And is it fair to paint it like all the stores in the Gambia are like that? Because they're not. And I think that's why they get upset, because it's like the Gambians are like, well, if you go into lower class places, and you spend in lower class money, then this is what you're going to get. So it's not fair to paint it like all Gambians are like this. Just like we don't like when they paint it like all of us are like the lower or the working, or I forgot what they call them now, the people who don't work. There's a class of people who don't even work, and then they're not the working class. It's the class who does not work. Now, if you want us, we get mad when we get compared to them. We don't want to be compared to them. There's more Black people get mad. Black Americans get mad when you think we are a monotheistic group, because we are not. We are not. We are not all the same. So it is not fair to paint the African as if they're all the same, because they're not. And that's what we tend to do. We tend to generalize about them, and that's what gets us in trouble. We don't like to be generalized about, and they don't like to be generalized. What she was saying was a lot of generalizations. She said she became a mogul in April. Now she needs our money for overpriced ticket to the U.S. Well, how do we know it's overpriced? Have we checked? Because according to the dude, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to the GoFundMe. But again, we sling facts. We don't know if it's overpriced until we check. We don't know. He doesn't know if she's going to have medical care. You know, they don't know if they're going to require medical care for her to get back here, according to what he's saying. And when you do funding like that, you do like a range of funding, but we're going to get to that. I'm not going to talk about the GoFundMe yet because we're going to get to that. I'm just going to wait and watch. Let's give her some grace. She is not well, African Goddess says. I have never heard of our people pretending to have cancer. Girl. And not colon cancer that then spread to your liver, because that's the most aggressive form. No, you'll be talking tomorrow. You'll be gone in 3 or 4 days. Talking today and then be gone in 3 or 4 days. Yeah, I don't know nobody who play like remember Smokey from Friday when he said, I don't know nobody in the hood who play like that. No, I don't know nobody in the hood who play like that. I don't know nobody in the hood who play like that. I don't. Nobody. So I'm confused who would play like that. All right, let's look at this other one. Kiki, you always kind and respectful. Thank you, Miss Greek. Because I try to be like that. African Goddess, Truth Sharing Sells. Give her what you want. I will never pretend to not see what I see. Okay. Chief Montana was running up in all. Oh my God. I don't believe you. Oh my God, I don't believe you. I don't believe you just said that. We're not going to talk about that aspect of Chief Montana tonight. I will introduce you guys to Chief Montana, who he is, because I do mention him a lot, because a lot of these women, he has a school, okay? I'll call it a school. I guess it's a school, but he has a school, and these women go to his school, okay? And one of the missions is that you go to Africa and you spread this Pan-African mission. All right. Hey, Lady London. Oh, you was baking a cake. All right. Yeah, you can do that. Some people will do whatever they have to do when they need money. Okay. All right, but how do we explain the physical transformation? That's the thing I was looking at. I was looking for signs, you know, because you can't fake a physical transformation. How do you do that? How do you lose all of that weight she has lost? How? How do you fake that? How do you fake you're in the hospital? And we could tell it was a hospital because I was listening because I've seen pictures of people faking like they're in the hospital, okay, from these YouTube people. So I know people will do that. So I listen for noises, hospital noises. I listen for people in the background. I listen for things that confirm this is a hospital. I look at the IV to see how it's inserted. Is it really in? So I understand that, wonderful. But what I don't understand is how does she fake her appearance? How does she do that? You know, how does she fake how she looks? She was just rich. Okay. Hey, Charlie, how you doing? Health scams are fairly common. Kiki, I'm convinced, Tammy says, Kiki, I'm convinced either because she has a GoFundMe, just looks like a money grab to me. Okay, but what about it? Tell me, because I'm still researching it. So I'm listening to y'all. Because remember, I wasn't going to talk about her. I never talked about her. When I saw you guys were like, hey, this lady is sick, we need to talk about this. So that's when I'm like, okay, so let's talk about it. So, so tell me what makes you convinced that this is not real, or make you suspect that it's not real, so I can have those lenses on when I'm looking at this. Okay. Heavy pedal time. Oh, that sounds so good. I don't know if I believe she's really sick, Midnight says. Yeah, isn't that sad? Who would lie on their self like that, though? But how do you make yourself look sick? That's the part I want to know. How do you make yourself look sick? Did you guys think she's making herself look sick? How do you do that? They talk making me hungry, yeah. Truth Serum again says he doesn't believe her. She claimed to be rich in April when she was trying to get people to move to Ghana. Now she's broke. Well, maybe she's not broke. Maybe she just doesn't have enough. Because remember, she's been paying for this medical treatment, and we don't know how long she's been paying for it. She hasn't told us. You know, she just quit. Like, she would go spells without making videos. And that one video when she was talking about Shekinah, she looked really sick then. She was little and skinny. You know, she just looked at little. So we don't know. She could have been paying April. Okay, she's in the hospital now. And look how she looked in that video in April. Did she look like herself? No, y'all, she didn't. She looked bad. I'm not going to say she looked bad. She had, Afro Man says she has cancer. True Sim, health scams are common in Africa. As a healer, health provider, I discern our Cathey is truly sick. Listen, although it's from C, chosen believes. She says that she believes art is truly sick, and she believes it's from sorcery and definitely her bad karma. Yep. That's really sad. She had her comments turned off ever since she came to Ghana. Now, all of a sudden, she wants to hear from people. I'm not buying it. Maybe she want to hear what y'all got to say. Maybe she want to hear people believe it or not. Art rejoices in pain, suffering, and the unaliving or passing of others. This is why I believe, she's a nasty, yeah. But just because somebody's like that, I don't become like them. You see what I mean? Again, I would have to lower myself to be like that. And I don't do that. I don't feel like that. I don't act like that. You know, I don't do that. Over $3,000 for a one-way ticket. But wasn't that, well, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it, Truth Serum. Not Truth Serum. You know, I like to go in chronological order. And that's what we're going to do, because some people don't even know who Art Cathey really is. You guys probably don't even know all the stuff I found out about who Art Cathey really is. So we're getting to it. What about won't the embassy pay if she's sick? I don't know. See, because if you're sick, you need if you need to be medevac, that's what I don't know. Medevac is different than just, the regular flight. So we don't know. According to what the GoFundMe say, she might need medevac, but we're going to get to that. First class, she needs to sit on. So he said it needs to be first class. Because she cannot fly in economy. She cannot fly economy. She can't. No, she cannot. So Charlie says it's for first class. Okay. But that's what we're saying, True Serum. Maybe she spent a lot of that money on, yes, y'all. Please subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 4,000. So let's see if we can get to 6, y'all. Let's see if we can get to 6. All right. 6,000. Y'all know how many people we're going to get this message to? Y'all know how many people are going to get this information? A lot. All right. A lot. And people are paying attention, y'all. Don't think they're not. They are paying attention to what we are saying. This message is getting out. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get this up to 6,000 subscribers. And make sure you like the video. All right. Illness is nothing to play. No, DJT, it's not. Cotton Top says, wherever you go, you will find your group, the people who are just like you. You sure will, honey. That ain't no lie. Yes, everyone, please, please like the video. Hey, Rockabye, baby, how you been? I don't know one in any. Thank you. Remember when they said that in Friday? I don't know nobody in the hood who played like that. Yeah, don't nobody in the hood play like that. We don't play about that. We may play about some other stuff. We may play about being pregnant, but we don't play about that. We don't play about that. I don't know anyone in the hood like Aunt Cathey, even before she became ill. You don't? I do. I know a lot of people like Aunt Cathey. A school may something. Chief Montana over. Oh, a school might. I know. Oh, Lord. Okay, y'all. I didn't see the transformation. She looks off. Okay, so that's what we're going to start. We got to get some of these videos. Y'all on here just talking. I can't get them all, y'all. I'm trying. Kiki might know, bruh. Who is bruh? Kiki might know, bro. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? What's his name? Mom, you may be new here. What y'all talking about, TNK? GNS. Our Cathey is not in Gambia. Ma'am, who says that? Oh, Lord, listen to this. Our Cathey is not in Gambia, Kiki. It's the one wait a minute. Our Cathey is not in Gambia. Listen to this. Kiki is the one questioning someone's potential cancer diagnosis, as she is a physician. Now, y'all know that's a lie. See how these people don't even know what they're talking about? Y'all know that's a lie. That is a straight lie, because I just said, I don't know what this woman have, and that ain't none of my business. And I just said, if I had the woman's medical records, I would never let y'all know. So, lady, you are a liar, and the truth is not in you. All right? So you just made yourself look like a fool. All right? To all the thousands of people who are about to watch this video. You miss, okay, I don't know what. Look, can't take criticism. Ma'am, that's not criticism. You're giving misinformation. No, I'm not going to let you get information. My channel was about facts. You don't even know the difference between criticism and misinformation. Oh, wow. GS Mom, you need to go sit down somewhere. Because no, poor GS Mom, because you don't know the difference between misinformation and what did you say? Criticism. Poor thing. Yeah, she needs to listen. And she came on here beating her chest just like they always do, y'all. Come on here ready to fight. Ready to fight. Then you make yourself look stupid because you come on here with your biased opinions. Then you come on here beating your chest, ready to fight. Now you look stupid because everybody know I didn't say that. So now you just look stupid. Now you just look stupid, and they go eat you up alive in the comments. So, oh well, sorry about your love. Yeah, I'm done with her. Yeah, I'm done with her. See, I told you they about to eat you up. I told you. I told you they about to eat you up. I told you. Because ain't nobody playing with you. Okay? You ain't even paying attention. We talking about something very serious tonight, and you ain't even paying attention. And you want to come over here and give out some misinformation. We don't do that on this channel. So you better correct yourself, because when she said, are you done with her? That means they about to get you. All right. They about to get you. All right. Oh, see, I told you. I told you. Because you coming on here talking about something, you ain't even listening. Oh, wait a minute. Look, y'all, we got a super chat. A super sticker. Thank you for the priceless one. Medical hospital scams all the time. But like we said, who in the hood play like that? Who play like that? GS is trolling. He or she knows you didn't say that. Look. He's like, they're just trolling. They know you didn't say that. Thank you, TNK. Yeah, thank you. GS mom started to troll. Yeah, she needed to go. He or she need to go. You need to talk. You need to listen some more, okay? Get out here and shut. Okay. So let's go back to Truth Serum. All right. I want y'all to see our Cathey. All right. Let me go to my notes. Y'all know I made a whole script, and I don't never follow the daggone script. That's so bad. That's just so bad. So where's the video I want to show y'all first? Okay, I talked about that. Okay, she made this video. Okay, so we're going to show this one. Let me show you this one first. And remember, this is fair use. And I'm only doing this because I want y'all to understand what is going on with this lady. All right? And what could happen to you? You could be in a whole nother country and get deathly ill. All right, so this is a video. This video was made on, let me see, May 1st. Now, this video, I found this video after, let me get it up here. After you all were in the comment section talking about Art was sick. And I was like, what? Art is sick? And I was like, what? Art is sick? Y'all were like, yes. You didn't know? And I'm like, no, I didn't know. So I said, are you serious? It was Crypto Walk. And Crypto Walk was like, yeah, she's sick. She's sick. And I'm like, okay. Then somebody else came in the comment section saying she was sick. And I'm like, okay, let me see what I can find out. So I go on her channel. And no, somebody sent me the video, actually. I think somebody sent me this video. And that's when I went on her channel and we talked about, we didn't talk about it. This is what I saw. All right, so let's go to this. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. We're not going to watch all of this, but I want you to pay attention when she gets to 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the video, okay? Now, first thing we're going to do, we're going to try to determine if this is fake, because y'all telling me this fake. All right, it could be fake. Y'all don't believe her. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out the scene. I see this is a real hospital bed. I can tell by, let me make sure y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all can see it. So I can see this is a real hospital bed. See, y'all, this is a real hospital bed. These real hospital sheets. This is a real hospital back stuff back here that you put stuff in. This is a real hospital window. And the IV is actually in her vein, because you can see a little bit, a tinge of where the blood shot back up. All right. So that's what I see. If you see something else, please point that out to me. But just from observing the video, what I would say that this is indeed a hospital, that when this video was shot, this lady was indeed at the hospital. So let's check it out.
Let me drink my water. I know y'all ain't used to this. Go on, come in here. Girl, we at the hospital, girl. We at the hospital. Go on ahead, come in here. I never thought I'd be one of them people to go live when they're in the hospital. But I'm doing it. Let me tell y'all something about Ghana. I think I done fallen in love with Ghana all over again. And I'm not doped up. They got me on the good stuff. I got morphine. I'm going to tell y'all what's going on. Because something about being sick, it just, makes you get real. But, yeah, I appreciate Ghana. I appreciate Ghana so much because they got me on the best means the best food. I was initially scared at first because I didn't know what the experience would be like, how different it is from America. But I'm so pleased with the staff, with everybody, with how things are going. And they have very good food. Like I'm really pleased with everything so far. So if
now you hear the background noise, like people moving stuff around, like you could tell, like I hear somebody closing cabinets, I hear like stuff being torn, like how they tear off the stuff, the bandages. I hear all of that.
If you're thinking about moving here, for sure, I would definitely say go to Banks.
So
Banks Hospital.
Let me go a little bit further down because this is the part I want y'all to listen to. So we see that part. So tell me what you think about that.
And you do have insurance options here too. So
this hospital has insurance options and some of them don't. But then you'll say, does Cathey have insurance? In my personal opinion, probably not, because she's been gone. She's been gone from the United States for so long, probably not, unless she's paying for hospital insurance. But again, I don't know that. This is what I'm thinking. This is just what I think and what I feel, which makes that my opinion.
So if you have questions about that, you can definitely hit us up. Go to getthefuckoutofamerica.com. If you're thinking about moving to Ghana, you want relocation services. For those of y'all just joining me, yes, girl, I'm in the hospital. But thank God, girl, the air conditioning on. I didn't know what these hospitals was going to be looking like in Ghana for real. I really didn't, because I had an emergency surgery in the States in 2023. It was an abdominal surgery, and maybe y'all haven't heard me talk about that, but it was an emergency surgery. I had to get cut on in my stomach and, remove a blockage. So
wow.
Some complications with that have come back up, and it caused me a lot of pain. So this was my first time really seeking out medical attention, real medical attention, and happened to be admitted here. But I'm not as scared anymore. The staff has been great. I love Ghanaians. I'm sorry. It's something about y'all so charming. It's something so charming about Ghanaian people. They just make you want to love them.
All right. So you can go to her channel. This either on she has it on Instagram. She has an Instagram also, or you can go to her YouTube channel. This video is on there. But the part I wanted you guys to pay close attention to is where she said in 2023, she had her procedure. She had some type of blockage, and that this was what she's going through now has to do with that. All right. So that tells us right there, this is something that she's been dealing with for quite some time. All right. We don't know how many times she's been to the hospital about this. We don't know what it cost her for the treatment for this. We don't know any of that. Okay. So, but we do know this has been an issue, an ongoing issue, because she just told us. All right, let me look at this. Art looks the same. Makeup, okay. No, I don't know any updates about him. I haven't been looking either. I'm sorry. Okay. Some of the people on the continent gonna write checks. They're can't cash running people and their country down. Yes, she's right. You can't do that. If you don't like the country, then leave and don't go back. It's just that simple. Leave and don't go back. That's what I do. But I haven't been to a country that I felt like that about, I haven't. So, but my advice is to leave and don't come back. Don't sit in their house and talk about them. Don't go to your house and then go make a video talking about them. Okay, so he says he believes she was in the hospital. Afro Man said it's not fake. She was in the hospital. I know the hospital's called Bank Hospital in Accra. We don't even know if she's still in there. Forehead more visible, but I don't see. Oh, you don't? Okay, I'm about to show y'all. Morphine for what? Because she's a cancer patient and the cancer in her colon has spread to her liver and it is causing her a lot of pain. So they give you morphine for cancer patients get morphine. She doesn't look sick, but looks can be deceiving. She looks sick to me. She looks gaunt. She looks skinny. She looks unnaturally thin. You know, like she don't look healthy. Her face is as full as before. I believe that's a hospital. Okay, so why do you think she's there? She's not on morphine in the video, too coherent. She looks, but you know what I would get, this is what the doctor would tell me, okay? After I had my surgery, oh, you're right, I would get morphine, okay? But I don't know how much they would give her because I would be nodding. I would be like, London lady, whoever said that is right. So it must not be that much. It might be not be that strong, or they might have just started giving her the drip. You know what I mean? It might be that. What's it? What serious business person named their business that? She is not sick. She is not speaking like someone that is on morphine. She is not in the hospital. Why you say that? You got to tell us why. Although you are hearing things, it does not mean she is in a clinic. I don't believe her. This is a promo. But what tells you it's a promo? The hospital bed, the sheets. I mean, you could hear hospital sounds in the background. You can see the bed. What tells you it's a promo? You can't just, because that's spreading false information. What tells us that? Yes, it's a private hospital, TNK. I didn't hear her say, yeah, she said that what she's going through now rolls up from that. You want me to go back? I can tell you where it is. It's actually 4 minutes and 20 seconds into the video. Let me go back so you can hear it. Now listen closely. She says what happened to her now is related to that.
Girl, the air conditioning on. I didn't know what these hospitals was gonna be looking like in Ghana for real. I really didn't, because I had an emergency surgery in the States in 2023. It was an abdominal surgery, and maybe y'all haven't heard me talk about that, but it was an emergency surgery. I had to get cut on in my stomach and, remove a blockage. So some complications with that have come back up.
She says some complications with that emergency surgery has come back up. So this is something she's been going through since 2023. All right. And again, if you want to see the full video, go to Art Cathey's channel. Okay. So we're going to stop that one. Now, one thing I realized, I said, okay, let me look and see. Because I knew Art Cathey had done more than just YouTube, this Invest, Relocate Africa. I knew she had done more than just that, just from talking to Cathey, because when he gave me background, when I was researching for their story, he told me that one of the reasons they wanted Art to join the Invest, Relocate Africa company was because Art had a big following on Facebook, and she had already had a name for herself. Okay. So I said, well, let me go back and show people who this person is, because people don't know. They think, I don't know who they think she is. I don't know what people think. So to clear up, so you'll know exactly who we're talking about, let's look and see who Art Cathey really is. All right. So let's go check out. First thing we're going to check out is her LinkedIn profile. All right. So here she is right here. Now this is Art Cathey. Can y'all see her? Art Cathey is a very pretty lady. A very pretty lady. All right. So this is her profile. And as you see, I don't have a LinkedIn because I have stalkers So I shut all as much social media down as I can because they're stalkers. So because I'm not going to continue with Google, I'm not doing any of that. It won't open up for me completely. But I want you to see this is our Cathey. Now, she looks different to me. She looks fuller, okay? She weighs more. Now, this is where she went to school. She went to Alabama School of Fine Arts, and she majored in fine arts and music performance. And she went to Berklee College of Music, where she did music therapy, and she was studying to be a therapist. All right, so we see that about our Cathey, right? So let's see what else we can find out who our Cathey is. All right, let's go and see who she is on here. Now, I looked a little further on her Instagram. Was it Instagram? No, it was her YouTube channel. And when I went through her YouTube channel, I found out that, wait a minute, hold on, that she did a dating service where she was like a matchmaker. All right, so let me show y'all this. She was like a matchmaker. I guess this was in Atlanta. I'm not sure where, but she was like a matchmaker. So, and they did like international dating. It wasn't just like some dating here. They went on like international dates. So this date was Tunisia. Now remember, she was a flight attendant. So she probably got to fly to these places, for free. And she turned this into an opportunity to create a dating service. Now, remember, this was in 2012, August of 2012. So check this out. All right, y'all know who that is? Hold on, let me go back. There she goes. That's her. Y'all see her? All the difference now? Now, this is one of their dating adventures. So this is one of her dating adventures. All right. Now, did you see her in the video? Can y'all hear me? Okay, let me go to stop this. Did y'all see her in the video? Y'all see how different she looks? Oh, I'm not finished. I have more. So hold on. Let's see. So I want you to see what this lady was doing before she went there, okay, to the Gambia. See, this isn't somebody who was driving Uber Eats. This isn't somebody who sold everything they had to go to Gambia. No, this lady was doing things before she got to Gambia. The reason they wanted her to come to the Gambia was because she was already making those moves on social media. And again, this lady was a flight attendant. So let me show you our Cathey. This is her. Oh, she was like a dating coach. Let me go past all this. All right, she was like a dating coach. This is her, y'all. Now, y'all mean to tell me that this lady right here, she looked the same to y'all? She looks the same? No, they don't look the same to me. This lady right here is much fuller. Look at her arms. The lady's arms, her whole body is much fuller. And this was only 12 years ago. She just looks completely different to me. Like, let me let you hear her talk. This is the only way I knew it was her.
And happy hours a lot. I am still not meeting guys when I go out. I'm tired of being single. What am I doing wrong? Okay, Sarah, my question I usually ask women that ask me the same question is, how many girlfriends are you going out with? If you're going out with more than 2 girlfriends,
I need y'all to comment on this.
Drastically changes.
How y'all explain the drastic look change?
Of me.
Our Cathey is a beautiful lady.
Men do
a
not
beautiful woman.
Packs.
She doesn't look like this
What's
now.
A pack, Art? A pack.
She doesn't look like this now. This was only 12, y'all. This was only 12 years ago. So she was what? 30, like 32, 33? No, she wasn't even 30. She was probably 20 something. I think.
A group of 2 or more women. Men never.
So how y'all explain?
You guys, quite frankly,
this?
Look a little scary. You're huddled together, drinking your drinks, analyzing the room. No one wants to approach.
So this is what she used to do before. Oh, Rockabye Baby, thank you. She says, let's read her comment. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. There's no. How do we explain the drastic weight loss? How do we explain that? The drastic weight loss. She said, get the FOA. She hates the US, so she shouldn't come back. Trust the process in Africa where everything is better. Yeah, that's what people are saying. Some people, but I don't know. I mean, she has a right to come back. This is her country. That's one thing about America. It's not like other countries. We're allowed to say, we don't like our country. They're not going to kick us out because of that. We're allowed to say, it's a terrible place and blah, blah, blah. But they're not going to take your passport back and say you're sick and we know we got top-notch medical health care here, but we're not going to let you come back. So I don't think like that I just don't think like that. I mean, but you're entitled to, like I said, you're entitled to think the way you want to think. Hey lady, how you doing? How you been? What you been up to? Rockabye Baby, you got a point, for Miss Greek says. At Golden Heart, I've been reading the amount of pesticide used and the type. It's very bad in most of that. Yes, it is. And that was one thing I noticed about on Kansas, the people. That lady Michelle, all of them are using some type of pesticide, not pesticide. I think it is a pesticide, but it's something that's been outlawed in the United States because it leaks into your groundwater and it poisons your groundwater. You see, we have people who test our water and test our soil. The EPA does that, but Gambia has just not gotten there yet. Ghana has just not gotten, but they might have people who do that. I don't know. I'm not going to say they don't because I don't know. I take that back. But that soil and that water needs to be tested. All right. Okay, I'm ready for y'all comments. She was slim when she was in the Gambia. Yeah. But see, remember, she said the sickness was in 2023. So you saying when she was in the Gambia, she was real slim. Her outside is finally caught up with her inside. Oh, that's not nice. A stomach blockage was associated with peptic ulcers, tumors in and around the stomach, whether benign or malignant. malignant, Crohn's disease, and pancreatitis, Heavy Pedal Time says. So you think something like that could lead to colon cancer? She's been thin for many years. Exactly. We don't know how long she's been sick. We don't know how long she's been sick. We didn't know about 2023. So we don't know. We don't know when this started. We don't know when, because it don't just happen like that. There's symptoms. We don't know. All we can look at is see there's a change. We can follow the change in her appearance. We can see that. We can clearly see something has happened. Let's see. Heavy Pedal Time says, when these people travel abroad, they can get universal health care and medevac for like $100 a month. How come these people they probably don't think they're going to need it. They probably think they're not going to need it. They probably think, I'm not going to get sick. Who thinks they're going to go to Africa and get sick and need that? Nobody. Smoking crack, girl, smoking crack for 10 years will change your looks and your size. 31 and 43, big difference, especially when no makeup. Yeah, but 31 and 43 is not going to make you, it's not like that. You know what I mean? She is like half her size. Half her size. Everybody loses weight in Africa, yeah, but not that much. You can't compare her in the U.S. to when she was in Africa. Well, we can compare because we have to compare a difference, okay? So we got to do that. And I just went back 12 years. There's other videos. I'm going to show you another one, honey. Just hold on, Afro Man. You know I got receipts for days. I'm not finished. Do I ever say have one and done? No. I don't get down like that. Okay, so y'all ain't buying it. All right, well, I think she looks completely different, actually. And I think this was a sign that something was going on. She looks very different in each photo. All right. She was in her 30s. Medevac is one of the many, okay, provides an ambulance service. Okay, so you're explaining that. All right, so let me go on here and show y'all next. Our Cathey's ancestors built the U.S. She can say whatever she wants about exactly this country, but she has she was born and raised here, and she's paid taxes here as well. Exactly, and she has a right. She can come back anytime she wants to. Anytime she wants to. Exactly. Just because you leave and you say you don't like it, that doesn't mean you can't come back. Liking it and needing it is two different things. And at this point, she needed. She needed. And her son is here. Her mother is here. So y'all, don't y'all think she want to see her son and her mother? Don't y'all think that when you're sick, don't you want to be with your son, your family? Nobody thought this was going to happen. She's a chameleon, probably was a madam. Y'all are wrong. Who really knows what she is? All right, so let's go look. What's the next one? Rick Fox was there. Where is Rick Fox at? Was he in that video for real, y'all? She says she was in Bank Hospital. Yeah, she did. She's just saying a blockage can mean a lot of things. Exactly. If it's anything like SE Asia, you can go to the clinic and get an IV for a variety of things. You are in and out for a small fee. Okay, so we read that. By Rockabye Baby. All right. Medical Center. It was started by and ran by Black Americans. Oh, there's a hospital there that's started by and ran by Black Americans. Did y'all know that? That's interesting. All right. Possibly a site. Listen. But why you think that? Why you think it ain't what she said it was? All right, so let's look. All right. So Midnight says, what happened to her wound care? Is this why she was so fixed on this? She got a lot of people conned to go there and believe them. Honestly, they almost got me. So tell me about this wound thing. That's what I'm about to talk about next. So then there's another thing our Cathey used to do before she left to go to Gambia. She was an author. She is an author. All right, she is an author. And she has a book. Let me show y'all the book. Stop sharing that one. She has a book. There you go. And it's called Breaking Soul Ties and Wound Cleansing with Chief Montana. And this book on this site is called Goodreads. You can also get it on Amazon. And it has 3 ratings and it has a 5. All right. So she's an author also. So our Cathey isn't like your average bear who went to Africa chasing men and, you know, I'm just going to go there because I just want to go there. No, she really went there for business. All right. She also has created a school in Ghana. She's also creating a community in Ghana. Now, I want you to look how she looks on this video. Now, tell me, this looks like the same lady we just saw. All right. And again, this is Art Cathey on Instagram.
Now, some of you may not know I have a relocation service, Get the Fuck Out of America, where we help a lot of you transition with your families or if you're a solo traveler to Ghana. But if you are a woman and you think you need a little bit more support, this is definitely right up your alley. I want to focus on a sustainable community and those that have skills to share, because from hair, food, everything, you guys have the knowledge, and I think that you need the right community where you can grow. And if this is something that you feel like is right for you, send me a message, become a member, and just get plugged in. Or if you're following me on TikTok, drop down in the comments and say me, because we are looking for like-minded sisters. But again, I do want to focus on this community being self-sustainable, and we can share our skills here and grow. And you also need to focus on your healing, because it's nothing like having support, and it's nothing like having the.
So she don't look different to y'all. This was March 23rd. She was in the hospital on May 1st. We could tell because this is the same hairstyle. So look how thin she is on here. Look at her face. Look at her face. Even though she has on makeup, look at her jaws. Her eyes are sunk in. Look at all of that. Y'all don't see all of that. When I saw this, I was like, oh, wow. Her look like something wrong with her. That don't look like her. You know, that doesn't look like her to me. So this is something else she does. She has a community in Ghana that she's starting for women, strictly for women. Now I'm showing you who this person is, okay? I am showing you who our Cathey is. Our Cathey is just not, like I said, one of these people these women who just saw somebody on YouTube and said, okay, I'm going to move to Africa. No, this lady is a business lady. This lady was a flight attendant. This lady went to school. This lady was making moves. They asked her to join Invest Relocate Africa. She did not know Cathey. They weren't friends. They didn't sit up and say, okay, let's come up with this ideal. No, it was none of that. This came about because Art had a big following, and Cathey was not on social media like that, but he had a good ideal, and he knew he needed somebody to sell this ideal. He needed somebody who could push it forward, and Art was a good candidate because of her following. So This is her womb school. All right. And this is her book again. So it says the womb school is Our Sisters Cover International. So this is an international program. This is a sacred space for Black women looking to improve their health, mind, body, and spirit. We focus on womb education and natural remedies to heal fibroids, prevent hysterectomy, and have a better body overall. Access to full wellness plans covers our herbal regimens are available to all members in the group library. And this is her book. She says this is a fun, complex, y'all know what I mean. I can't pronounce the word right now. Compilation of articles, posts, and references from a great literary works. Oh, so this is other people's writings about mind, soul, and body. Then she has on here about eating right. So this is her website. This is how much it costs to go to the courses. So she's offering these courses. Again, do we see anybody's other repasts got all of this going for them before? No, nothing. Zilch. They trying to make money off of YouTube. They trying to get rich off of YouTube. So this lady was doing things, before she went to YouTube. All right, let me go back and get some more comments, because I got to show you who we talking about. She would call, other women fat, she stays petite. Okay. My mom has, so let's go back down here, because I'm trying to see what y'all got to say about this. What y'all got to say about that? What y'all got to say about that? She's right. Womb school, being a healer or promoting healing, being a mean girl is an oxymoron. It doesn't go together, because to promote healing, you have to have a good spirit. You know what I mean? You got to have a clean spirit. You have to have a spirit that's connected to God. I don't know this woman's spirit, but I just know some of the things that I've heard her say, and it wasn't very nice. Let's just put it like that. Oh, you're back. You better watch what you say before you'll be gone again. She posted that people could come with their family and live for $500 a month. Lies. But do we know that's lies, Wonderful? Do we know? Because isn't she in Tamale? She's not in Accra. She's not in them other places. I don't know. It could be a lie. I'm just asking, do we know it's a lie? It looks like a filter to me. No, well, it might be a filter. She has gained weight since leaving Gambia. When did she leave? Oh, so you saying in Ghana she looked heavier? But she is bigger here in Ghana than she was in the Gambia. Are y'all serious? We about to get to them videos. She looks different to me. She looked real different. I don't think she's hungry. I think she can't eat. Because that's what cancer do. Like when my aunt had cancer, that was how we knew something was wrong, because she was just losing weight and we didn't know why. We didn't know. And that's what it was. She's been looking like that. Okay. So it looks like a filter. It's so out of focus, but she still looks like the same woman, but without makeup. Okay, so let's go down here. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. That's the one that mentioned called, that's the hospital y'all was talking about. My tolerance was very low tonight. She warning y'all. GS mom, they're going to get you again, because she warning you again. Her tolerance is low tonight. So you better calm down. Our Cathey, rockabye baby, thank you. Our Cathey's new slogan helped me get Oh, get the FOH out of Africa. Honey, yeah. Because she need to. She has a filter on. She look okay, so we see y'all said it's a filter. Okay. But the filter can't hide the gaunt eyes, all of that. Oh, I see sick. That's just my opinion, though. Terminal cancer is awful, and I'm sad it's being discussed. We're sad, too. Ain't nobody on here rejoicing. Ain't no a soul on here rejoicing about our Cathey. Nobody. Nobody. Because if this is what this woman really has, this is terrible. Colon cancer is terrible. And it's already spread to her liver, according to her. Who would be on here laughing and making fun of that? You don't know nothing about us if you think that's what we about to do. Okay, so yeah, that's an oxymoron. Yeah, we wish her a strong recovery too. Now she ain't in Tamale. No, she's not there. Where's the hospital at, y'all? The Bank Hospital. She is in the southern. Afro Man, where's Bank Hospital? Go on truth, be you. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe one person, but not all the family. Hey, y'all, where is the Bank Hospital? I'll be, what? No, I'll be y'all Gambian export. Okay. Factor in rent. Okay, so y'all talking to Nima. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on one second. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. That was guess who? United Airlines. I don't know what's going on, y'all. They've got a but that's what they always do. Cancel your flight and put you on another flight, and oh Lord. So I got to deal with that when I get off of here. And isn't that funny? That's what I'm on here talking about, the Gambia, and they call me. That's a sign. She is third stay in where? Nigeria. Oh, ridiculous. Stay in Nigeria. That person just is stupid. If you weren't off grid on Wi-Fi, I guess you can do it for $5.50. Yeah, because it is off grid. Remember, for such an educated woman, what comes out of her mouth, yes, reeks to the lowest class. Yes. And she went to some nice schools. And you see how she's talking on the videos. You can tell she's well-spoken. So you can tell she went to school. And she comes from a good home also. But our Cathey will tell you she got involved with some illegal substances and on alcohol. And she probably did that kind of give you that vocabulary that she has now. In Accra. See, y'all, it's in Accra. Yep, she's not there no more. She had to leave. Yeah, I had to, because I had a phone call. The airlines people was calling me. I got to call them back when we get off of here about the my flight. Ain't no way I go to African hospital. Oh my God. I would have been on the Connie, but Honey. Wow, we're trying to figure out what's going on. Unfortunately, if you're a liar, you're prone to be questioned. I just realized that a very powerful Ghanaian shaman taught me to keep my temper energy in a loving vibration. Yeah, you have to. That's a good place and a good thing to remember. Too many messages. Okay. Okay, so she said she was disrespectful. Oh, they put you out. Oh, they put you out, GS Mom. I told you they was. I knew they were. I told you they was gonna put you out. All right, look, I gotta go now. I gotta do the some more videos. I thought she was attractive too. I think she is attractive. Not thought she was. I think she is attractive. Where's the beach? Oh God. Chief Montana, now that our Cathey needs that. Yes. He needs to be donating some money. Come on, Chief Montana. All right, so let's go back. Did we introduce? So I introduced you to our Cathey, right? Then she became wait, this is what I want y'all to see. Invest, relocate, Africa. That was something else. That's Renee Marcus. That's not what I want to show y'all. This is what I want to show y'all. This is how it all started. All right. This is Art Cathey when she first got to Gambia. I don't know if this is when she first got there, but this is around the time when Invest, Relocate Africa really was starting up.
Yes, in a timely manner. Our next guest is another.
So let me tell you what we're watching here. This was a marathon. I would call it it looked like it was more like a telethon with RJ Mahdi, and it was on Africa Day. I believe it was 2020. And on this telethon, what they did, different content creators came on and promoted Africa. Like they were from all over. They were from Sierra Leone. Someone from Tanzania was there. Somebody from Ghana was there. Like I actually watched this when it was going on. So, but I had no idea back then who Crazy Boyd and Art Cathey were. They were just people who were on the show. So let me show you how she looked when she first got there.
Repatriate to the continent. This lady has created an amazing program surrounding wellness and holistic living. Something that in coming back to the continent is very imperative. And just to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not the most holistic person. I still like my pizza and wings, but there are huge impacts that we need in holistic lifestyle, and being able to connect with our herbal remedies, and being able to connect with our different practices like yoga and meditation and tons of other spiritual and traditional practices. This lady is a repatriate to the Gambia. Welcome on with us, guys. We've got Art Cathey, and she's accompanied by our brother there in the Gambia as well. My man, how's it going?
It's going great. Oh my God, thank you for having us.
What's up, brother?
All right. Nice.
Yes,
So let's jump right into it. All right, Cathey, you're a repatriate. You've been there for a while. You're in the Gambia. Tell us about where you're from and what made you end up in the smiling coast of West Africa.
I'm sorry, the mic was off. I was saying, look at her on this picture on here. Look how she looks now on this picture compared to how she looks now. You can tell this woman, even if she's lost weight, she's not going to lose that amount of weight. She's like half the size she is now. All right. So, I mean, I can see it clearly. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or if you're trying to see it or if you just think she's a liar and you just don't want to see it. But we got to look at the facts and we have to look at them objectively. Now, when we look at the facts objectively, and we look at this picture, we can see that this woman is much smaller. Okay.
Well, as you can see, I'm smiling myself. But yes, I am a Southern Belle. I'm originally from Birmingham, Alabama, by way of Atlanta. So I always say Alabama raised me, but Atlanta paid me. So I am, hey, Aaliyah, how you doing, girl? So yeah.
His wife looks so young. That's all I thought when I saw her. I was like, oh my God, that's his wife?
I'm a Southern Belle, and I'm out here in Africa, so I got the 3 A's working for me. So Alabama, Atlanta, Africa. So I'm the 3 A's in my travel experience now, and it's been nothing but a blessing. We over here smiling and beaming, and it's just a beautiful occasion that we're in to just be amongst you guys with the spirit of Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman, all of the other ancestors. So just thank you guys for having this, and I'm grateful to just be a part of it.
Absolutely, and I see you got with you Quasi Boyd, who is one of the newest consultant members for Africa, Made in Africa Project, working out of the Gambia there. Quasi, how's everything?
Oh, okay, that's what it was, y'all. I remember that project.
Man, everything is beautiful here in the Gambia.
It was the Made in Africa Project, and it was a lot of them who were promoting different areas in Africa, and Quasi and Art were promoting Gambia. All right, so that's what I wanted y'all to see there. And they just went on and talk about, you know, Gambia and why you should come to Gambia. Let me see if I can make that bigger. Why you should come to Gambia. And pretty much that was it. They were on there for a little bit, but I'm not going to play it all. If you want to go see that video, go to MJ Mahdi's channel. And I think it's called Africa Day 2020. Yep, it's a live stream. All right, so what y'all got to say about that video? What y'all got to say about that video? What y'all got to say about that? Y'all gonna still say, oh, I don't see no difference, Kiki. Oh, I don't see no difference, Kiki. She still look the same. And y'all know that is a lie. Y'all know that's a lie. Crypto Walk, please don't start another fight. Oh my God. Dude moved to Africa and found a 16-year-old. Jesus. Oh my God. DAMN. Shaking my head. I hope it ain't what it really looks like. Honey, I couldn't believe it when I saw that video today. I said, oh Lord, what is going on here? Yeah. Mr. Dorcas. How you doing, Mr. Dorcas? I remember her from Facebook days before the Africa continent. She always reminds me of Miss Benita Butrell. She sure does, from Living Color. She sure does. She's, especially, honey, when she be holding that cup of coffee, a cup of tea. She is. She's fun. She's funny. But see, if y'all don't understand, like inside of our culture, the stuff how she say it, it's funny. It's like, it's just funny. But outside of our culture, they're going to be insulted. They're going to be mad. They're going to be ready to fight. That's why someone inside the culture should have said, Art, you can't be doing that. You can't be going on YouTube talking about these people country like that. You cannot do that. Somebody should have warned her. Let them have it. Okay, y'all talking about them fighting. No, Kiki. No, the woman does not look smaller in the bed. Okay, Truth Serum. Can you put them side by side? Oh, no, I can't on here. I'm going to do it again. I can do it on another video. Like I can do it in a picture. Full face. Okay, y'all, hold on. She looks smaller there than in the hospital. Okay, hold on. Y'all don't see no sickness. Y'all don't see she was glowing. Yeah, she was. She was happy. She was real happy. Yep, she's beautiful. I think our Cathey is a beautiful lady. Yeah, I remember it too. You remember that? Nima Dia. Yeah, that's when all of us was watching. You know, everybody was excited about Gambia. We all wanted to go. I love pizza and wings too, but only once a month. What y'all talking about pizza and wings? I was late tonight. I was trying. Okay. To get to the U.S. hospital. Are you serious? You were sick trying to get to the hospital? Okay. All right, y'all. So look. Now, this is what else I want to show y'all. So that's how she looked before. And y'all see, she came with what? Our Cathey is not a lowlife. Our Cathey was not driving Uber. Our Cathey was not chasing. She was not a passport granny. Our Cathey went to do what? She went to invest in the Gambia. That's what she went there for. We clearly see that this was a business lady. They approached her with a business opportunity, and that's what she went there for. All right. But something happened along the way. And we're going to see what happened. And this, whatever happened along the way, it made Fatu News Network start talking about Art Cathey. And they weren't talking about Art Cathey in a good way. Now, this is a better picture y'all can see. So let me show y'all. All right, she's promoting Gambia on there. She's encouraging people to invest. And now, in June of 2020, we see this. This is on Fatu News Network. All right, hold on. Let me share it. And I didn't even know that. So, while looking for Art Cathey this evening, hold on, y'all. This afternoon, whenever it was, I run across this. We run across this. Okay, hold on. Let me show y'all. Now, this is the picture. And y'all say her face still look the same to y'all. Her face hasn't lost no weight. The arms don't look smaller. This whatever they call this part up here, that don't look no smaller or no thinner. The arms right here don't look no smaller, no thinner. All of this don't look no smaller, no thinner. No, yeah, that's what y'all trying to tell me. Okay, y'all. Okay. So let's see what Fatu News Network has to say. They calling her Art Cathey, the Afro-Karen. And this was dated June 29, 2020. The author is somebody last name Sar. And they said, I recently came across a funny character on YouTube. I'm not going to read it all. Yes, 3 months. Okay. Let me go back. The first funny thing about it is that Afro-Karen, as I named her, is not Gambian. She is an African American who recently moved to the Gambia and has only been there for less than 4 months. This is according to one of the videos posted on May 20th, in which she claims that she's been living in the Gambia for only 3 months. Yes, 3 months. And she already has a YouTube channel where she's a permanent expert in Gambian affairs, enlightened and empowered enough to not only welcome others, but also ask for Gambians and but also speak for Gambians and tell us what our place is. Told y'all they don't like that. But wait, it gets better. There's a few gems in Afro Karen's videos that will amuse you if they don't infuriate you. So take a seat and grab a glass of cold water before you continue reading. The objective of this piece is not to humiliate Afro Karen. It is to correct some of the misinformation that is being spread in her videos. The target audience is non-Gambians who don't live in the Gambia and may be watching these videos and getting the wrong idea. Told you, especially her target audience of African Americans looking to repatriate to the Gambia. We are all welcome into the Gambia, but when you come, take the time to learn the culture and values that are so important to the Gambians. Yeah, that's what I keep telling y'all. Okay, so they're talking about when our Cathey went to the ATM. Okay, this is what I'm gonna read what they say. So see how they presented it. So I'm gonna tell y'all what she said. She went to the ATM with Quasi. One of the people Quasi worked with was taking her to the ATM, and she saw this European man with this small Gambian child. All right, she said it didn't look right. So she wanted to know what was going on. They felt like she should have minded her business and not say anything, but instead our Cathey was saying things and they got upset about that, and our Cathey fell out with the workers who had took her there. And that's when she started making videos about that, because she couldn't believe that the Gambians, felt like that was okay. So this is what Fatu Network has to say. In one of her videos, Afro Karen talks about how enraged she was during a trip to the ATM. She saw a weird-looking white man holding a young Gambian girl. According to her alarm of pedophilia radar went off. So she got the camera out and began questioning the little girl. Then the Gambian man identified himself as the girl's father and informed her that the white man was a friend and they were all together. At this point in the video, Afro Karen put on her omninoist hat and proceeds to tell us that Gambians are as late and as sorry when it comes to knowing our history, because we think we can trust these white people and we don't understand that African Americans, come there with all this vitriol and paranoia towards the white man. Paranoia towards the white man. She then says, all these are the exact words. And then these are her exact words. Y'all move, cat. I'm sorry, y'all, the cat done jumped up here. Y'all like your old master and you don't want a new master. This is what she was saying in the video. So basically, this is what their response was. Gambians not are endowed with any abundance of material. Well, so basically, they got mad because she made that video, and this is their response to the video. Okay, and it is a whole lot, and I just can't read all that because it's just a lot. I don't see what their rebuttal was to what happened. From her actions in the ATM and narrated in her own words, the woman clearly is extremely prejudiced against white people. The mere appearance of the Caucasian skin color sets off her radar, and now she's in free Gambia. She's liberated and feels empowered enough, like white Karen in the US, to question and go after the white person she feels uncomfortable with. And that is a great point. That is a great point, because do you know what? That is exactly what we do. We take our racism, we take our stereotypes, we take all of that, and we just assume that the Gambians, because they are Black, they feel the same way we do, and they do not. They do not feel, now I'm not saying all of them, some of them may, okay, but by and large, they don't see Europeans, excuse me, the way we do. Most Africans don't. Cameroonians didn't. Now, the Nigerians are a little different, but the Cameroonians, they didn't see them like that either. So when I was over in Cameroon, you know, doing all of my anti-white talk like Art Cathey, people were looking at me like, what? And I would get upset with them like Art Cathey, because I'm like, what do you mean? Don't you understand? Well, years later, I realized, of course, that's not their reality. Racism isn't their reality. That's not what their day to day. But it's ours. It's something we deal with. And how arrogant is it of us to just assume that all Black people think like us and all Black people feel like us because they're Black? Because they don't. Because they do not. So that's basically what they were saying. All right. So if you want to go read that article, go ahead and read that article. They have some really interesting points in there. It's just, I can't go through all the points. It's just way, way, way too many. So basically, but it goes back to stop putting your view. You Americans come there and put their views on other people, and they want them, the Gambians, to feel like us, and they don't. Not about Europeans, they don't. So this happened to me, something similar to happened to me in Gambia that was like that. But I was at the COVID center getting a test, okay? Okay, I'm going to do that later. Okay, and I saw the same thing, y'all. I saw the same thing. I saw a European man with, oh, shoot. I saw a European man. He was with a little baby girl. All right. He was with this little baby girl. And, you know, she was sitting all on his lap, and we was at the COVID center, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm looking around, and ain't nobody looking but me. You know, ain't nobody looking like, this is strange. Ain't nobody doing that but me. All right, so I turn and I say, you don't see that man over there with that little bitty girl, putting her on her lap and rocking her, you know, and bouncing her up and down, and you on his lap, you don't see that? I said, that's okay for y'all. So I was told, same thing. You don't know the relationship between him and that little girl. And I'm like, what do you mean? I know it ain't her father. She don't look mixed. No, but the man over there with her could be his father, and he could be a friend of theirs. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? Yes. You can't just assume that's what it is because that's what you think it is. That's what I was told. I was furious that whole day. I was furious. I was like, oh, so y'all just sit over here and just let stuff happen, blah, blah, blah. I was going clean off like Art Cathey, because when you see that for the first time, you are startled. You're startled. You really are startled, you know, and you jump to that. All right. But I just learned I keep my mouth closed. And that's a big problem for me there. Okay, so what I do is I stay away from the places where I will see that activity going on, which is normally the tourist places. Okay, and normally to get our money out the ATM, we have to go to a certain ATM, and that ATM is normally near the tourist areas. Okay, so what I do is I just stay away from there, because I'm not going to go there and just be frustrated the whole time. I just can't. I refuse. So that's why, and then you just can't go to other people's countries and start putting your beliefs and your issues and your stuff on them. You can't. It's not my country. You see what I'm saying? It's not my country. So I just feel like I didn't have a right to really do all of that. But yeah, it's very disturbing. Okay. Her brown, hey, brown eyes. Okay. It looks, wait a minute, what you say? What y'all say? She looks small sitting there in 2020, but they're more like, okay. Okay. All right. It just felt like these Black Americans are going to Africa and just violating multiple wombs. Something is off. What you mean? I didn't get a good look at her in the hospital bed. What do you mean, Crypto Walk? I didn't get, okay. I see women who look pretty. Okay. All right. So, okay. So y'all think it's the makeup. She was not, no, she wasn't a passport granny. No, she was a business person. She really went there to do business. She went there to do Invest, Relocate Africa. She thought it was a good opportunity. Puffy freak-offs aren't anything. Ain't got nothing on what these dudes over there are doing in Africa. Honey, I believe it. Look, and Ultimate Nima says, true that. Honey, yes, I believe it. They tell a crypto. Okay. Now, there was another article. They talked about her again the next month. All right, so just imagine Fox News Network, the news network in Gambia. All the Gambians are reading this. I don't know if it was they talked about it on the show or if it was just in an article. A Gambian lady pulled up on her with all that. Was that true or was that just talk? I mean, was it really true? Did we ever see images of that? Do we know if that really happened? Or was that just people lying? That's what I want to know. The average Gambian makes less than 50 cents a day. Let that sink in when thinking about what's going on over there, sexually with Western money and people over there. African. Yeah, that's what they was calling her, African. People forget it was our Cathey who exposed a European over there for running around with an African child, and he paid the girls for, okay, that's the one she's talking about. $2 a day to spend the day with her. Yes. So this is what she was doing. And they didn't like that. She has an internal sadness that is always with her wherever she goes. I wonder why. She was vocal about seeing YouTube people, white people with children. Yep, she was. I was really surprised Art made it out of the Gambia alive, but I knew they'd still be brewing the Gambia juju witchcraft to get her eventually. Yes. Yes. Because of the things she was saying. Now, we don't know if this is true, but you don't mess with them like that. And that article I just showed y'all and read some of, and it was pages long. The Gambians know that. They were telling the Gambians what she's doing. Gambia makes their money off of tourists. Gambia makes their money off of people coming there. You're saying these terrible things to Black Americans who we're trying to get to come here and invest? Yes. Yes, this is a big problem. All right. Oh, God. Afro Karen, LOL. I never heard that before. Yes, but that's what they called her. Okay, so let me show y'all real quick this other article. We're not going to read that, but y'all know I want to show y'all the receipt. Now, this was in July. So they went right back and did another article about her. And this was, they did one on June 29th. And then they went back and did another one on July 7th. Now, y'all can't tell this woman is smaller now. On this article, they were comparing her to Miss Cleo. That's why you see Miss Cleo. They were saying, you know, that at this point, our Cathey is not going out much. She's kind of separated herself from Cathey. Art got turned off from Gambia real quick. She got turned off from Gambia real quick. And I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. If Gambia, well, she went to Tunisia, but remember, she's flying to these places as a flight attendant, which she's getting a higher class treatment. So she's not seeing all of this. And I don't know if she's ever been to West Africa before, but Gambia, when I first got there, it was shocking to me. And I'm serious. It was extremely shocking. So if you're not prepared for that, it's going to shock you. And I'm not lying to you. It is going to shock you. And it seemed like it just shocked her. And she wanted us to just come over there, invest our money, and build up this infrastructure. So Gambians didn't take too kindly to that. So they're calling her Miss Cleo. They're explaining in the first article who Miss Cleo was and that she was, you know, what she did and what she said she was a big fraud. They're saying our Cathey is an eccentric woman who's from the boonies of Alabama, now living in Gambia, and claims to be a holistic counselor, grant writer, ancestral matchmaker, urban astrologer, wife, and new mom, and free spirit. But there was so much more to her than that. I guess they didn't know. These are her exact words. Y'all like y'all old master and y'all don't want a new master. Because in some of the videos, Art was saying that we need to go over there and invest our money and get Africa together, okay? They're calling her Miss Cleo Alabama, has been claiming that she is the new master and that they're to take over and develop the country. I was so shocked when I heard her say that. And I'm like, are you serious? I just couldn't believe the stuff she was saying. I was like, what? Take over their country? Develop their country? No. So Miss Cleo terms Gambia as an Afro coon, yep, and calls them slow, docile, dirty, and the list goes on. And they're not lying. And I couldn't believe that. And if I thought people in a country I was staying in was slow, docile, and dirty, I just wouldn't go there. And I would just leave. I wouldn't make a video to tell you about it. No, me not speaking about it would be enough. Okay. That would be enough. So they said, Miss Cleo of Alabama tells them that Gambia is cheap and that they can have a fabulous house and live large for $300 a month. We know that is a lie, and can even run around naked if they want to. Now, that is what they were doing. They were telling people that that you could come to Gambia and you could live for $300. They were doing that. Yep, they sure were. Now, living in Gambia, Miss Cleo, Alabama seems surprised to see white people there and tends to have an emotional meltdown at the sight of a white person. Pedophilia is a problem. So they're saying pedophilia is a problem all over the world, and I would encourage every decent human being to fight it. But it must be done within the confines of the law. One cannot just work around, they mean walk around and start confronting people, especially when there is zero evidence. I can understand if Miss Cleo, Alabama had found the white man with the little girl in a dark corner somewhere, but this incident was in broad daylight at an ATM. I bet Miss Cleo will call my argument her deflection. My argument here a deflection. She is quick to she is quick at that when challenged. All right. Wait a minute. He says, Miss Cleo, nervousness may have been born out of her own personal experiences as a child, and that's understandable. Wow. But it still doesn't warrant confronting people in broad daylight with zero evidence. She also said this: if you don't like my tone, F you. Creating jobs, no matter how many, is not a green light to insult and degrade a group of people, especially the way Miss Cleo, Alabama does it. And that was there lies the problem. There lies the problem. You cannot insult a group of people. And if you want to hear what got stuff jumped off, then you got to go read that. All right, because there's a lot. Let me go get y'all comments. Meanwhile, they are in the cradle of white supremacy. Racism is their reality, but it is systematic. It is systemic. They suffer from white supremacy more than we do. They don't see white faces. The Berlin Conference was about white supremacy, and African nations are still suffering because of it. He could have sponsored the young girl, and that's what they do. See, that's what we don't understand. Like some of the older people will go over, they'll sponsor a whole family. They'll see a family over there and they'll say, oh, these people are, they don't have much. I'm going to give them some money. I'm going to do something good for them, and they'll sponsor the whole family. They will. She's right. But that's a concept we don't understand. That's why you can't go looking at another country with your Black American lenses on, because that's going to mess you up. It's going to mess you up. And that's why I said, I believe this was really her first time being like just immersed in their culture. Because being immersed in the culture, all of a sudden, that can make you have like a breakdown. And you just start losing it. You just really start just losing it. And you just start like just going off about everything. And I think she was not prepared. I think she was just not used to this. I think she didn't understand that their relationship with Europeans are completely different from our relationship. I think she doesn't understand that Europeans are different from white Americans. I don't think she understands all of that. I don't think she understands that. I don't think she understands that Europeans have been going to Africa much longer than we have, especially Gambia. Their relationship with them is very good. So coming over there doing that, of course, that's going to rock a lot of boats. Kiki, that's why I had to get an Omninet from my Nigerian Yoruban ex because I thought he'd sell me to the white man again. Oh, wow. Annulment. I'm sorry. An annulment. It's best to take time, read the room before, yes, T and K. Or don't say nothing. If you don't agree, just say nothing. Just be silent. And then when you get home, ask your husband, your boyfriend, whoever you're with, ask them, can you kind of explain to me what that was all about? Because where I come from, that we would have a problem with that. So can you kind of explain to me, like, what is that all about? And they'll explain to you. They'll be like, yeah, people have sponsors, and then they'll, some people are married to older, Europeans. So you'll see that, and sometimes they just have older Europeans will come and stay with the family, and they'll adopt the whole family, so you have to do that. You have to. I know many Africans who have white foster parents. Yeah. I use the banks around not Senegambia. Turntable, not. Okay, good. Okay, I have to remember that. My coworkers are from Nigeria and have different opinion about whites than I do. Yes. I don't know. It depends on who they are from Nigeria. I mean, nobody in Nigeria, nobody in Africa is the same. It's like us. We're not the same. You can't generalize about them. Just like, that's why the Gambians are so mad. Because they're like, how can you generalize like that? Who does that? Only an ignorant person generalizes. You Black Americans don't like when people generalize about you. So why would you come over here and generalize about us? So yeah, they got a whole attitude about that. And they went clean after her about that. And you're right. Who knows who cooking up something in the kitchen? Who knows what they doing? Who knows? TNK says this is a tough situation because you wonder if they are accepting things out of poverty, or is it innocent? I'm sure it's out of poverty and a little bit of innocent, but it's mainly poverty. Because poverty in Africa is nothing like poverty where we come from. Sex tourism is out of order in the Gambia. The Gambians know what is happening with the tourists. They have a blind eye. It's their children being abused, not ours. Okay. You confirm my comment about, okay. Speaking of our Cathey, I hope she is really not sick, but it's hard to believe anything she says. And if you are sick, why don't you just get on a plane and come home? Okay. All right. So let's go to the next one. Crypto Walk says, I wouldn't know really as a Gambian family aren't part of my, okay, y'all talking. Kwame King says, serious. Chill Neil says, and the money she's asking for is really too much. Well, we're going to check it out and see, okay? Because you got to remember now, there's no hospital, there's no insurance. She doesn't have insurance. She's been gone too long. She doesn't have a job. She doesn't have insurance, So when she gets back here, she probably needs insurance because you got to remember, you can't just come back and get Medicaid. You cannot. You have to be in Ohio. I know that you have to be a resident of the state of Ohio for 6 months to get Medicaid. And that's an income-based medical program. In Jamaica, you see small girls with grown men, but the mothers allow it. If you say anything, it's hell to pay. See? The only thing many of them love more than white Jesus is bleaching their skin. Okay. F Gambia if they allow outsiders to violate their children. See, but you see how you guys are reacting. Now just think, 2020 was the time when everybody was going. So Art putting out this video like this was really, really impacting people going there. All right, that's why they're mad. Because you all are saying exactly what people were saying. We were getting heated like, what? This is what you know. They don't want that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Y'all know we're going to get to it. Y'all know we're going to get to it. But y'all know I go in chronological order. And I'll break it all down. All right. She was run out of the Gambia. Yeah, 80,000. Well, remember for Aja, who had passed away, how much were they asking for? $180,000. And that wasn't even for a medevac. Oh, yes, it was. I think that was a medevac flight too, and that was some more stuff. But we knew that was a scam because they said she had hospital bills to pay. And we knew there wasn't no hospital bills to be paid. We knew that. She gets into a fight. If she gets a flight home, her medical care will be free. How though? We don't know. It depends on what state she come from. Because in Ohio, you don't get free medical care unless you lived in this state 6 months. They don't just give you free medical care. Now, if you go to the hospital, you are right. And you need like emergency surgery or you messed up some kind of way, are they not going to let you pass away? They're going to stabilize you. They're going to do what they need to do to get you where they can release you. But it's going to be hard for her to get medical care until she's been here a minute. Africans do not understand us, and we do not understand them. That is very true. And Ghana real estate is a haven for scammers who want to scam the diaspora. Okay, it sure is. Yeah, it sure is. All right. She was very insulting. Well, we're going to check it out and see. She said the money is for healthcare in Africa and the flight back to the U.S. Yeah, we're going to go over that, okay? We're going to go over all of that. But we got to get to that part. Like, some people don't know who Art Cathey is. Some people don't know because people are saying she was a scammer. And then people are saying, the issue was with what she was saying about Africa, what she was saying about Gambia. So this scamming allegations, it's different things that people, because it went from this to she's a scammer. So we need to check all of that out. All right, and that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. I have seen her say the Gambian men weren't too smart or clean. Yeah. And it's just been, while I'm watching this, because I'm watching the videos, my mind is blown. I'm going to show y'all. But the danger in that is she's acting like all the Gambian men is like that. That's a lie. That is a lie. And I'm wondering where are y'all meeting these Gambian men? That they're dirty and they're not smart and what, where? Yeah, I seen the dental tour. She was doing dental tours. I don't want to live anywhere that only costs $300 a month. All right, so I don't understand why she deserves grace. We talked about that. She gets sick and now she's poor mean girl. No, she deserves grace because that's who Kiki Loves Nigeria is. I don't do that to people. I don't kick you when you down. I just don't do that. I don't kick you when you down. I believe I'm a fair fighter. Okay? I am a fair fighter. All right, and I have no beef with Art Cathey, really. I have no beef with Art Cathey. I have no issue with Art Cathey. I just feel like going to Gambia, your first time going to Africa and being immersed in that culture, and that you were expected to live there, you were expected to function there, and you were expected to promote Gambia, I think that was a little bit much for her, because Gambia is a lot for me, and y'all know it. And I've been to Africa. This trip will be my 13th trip there, and Gambia is still a bit much for me. I kid y'all not. It's a bit much for me. So it's not like anybody is giving her grace. This is who I am as a person. This is who I am as a person. I'm not going to, that's why I didn't talk about Go Black to Africa. That's why I started and then I stopped. Because I'm like, and what I thought, how he got his sickness, that wasn't fair for me to go on. And I knew this man was sick because he's not making videos. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to do this. Well, he didn't respond to nothing I said. He didn't say the girl don't know what she's talking about, blah, 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 blah. And he went to go get some type of healing. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to talk about this. This man is going through it personally. I have my opinion of what happened. And I said that in the first video. And that's why I was like, I'm not talking about it anymore. So nobody's giving her grace. It's just, that's who I am as a person. You know, warriors only want to fight their people who are fair and who, when it's a fair fight. We only want to have a fair fight. We don't want an unfair fight. All right. We don't, it's not a fight. If you fighting somebody who you got more skill than them, what is that? That's not a fair match. 80,000 is a lot. She needs special care. Why go to the US? Shop for a cheaper country. Well, my understanding was she wants to see her kids, her little boy. Remember, she got a little boy, y'all, and her mom. You know, she wants to see them. Now I want to show y'all a video when the heat was on. Let me show y'all when the heat. Let me show y'all when. Oh Lord, y'all, the cat is. Oh shoot, she's scratching. If it ain't Kiyomi, it's her. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all the result of all of this. There is Gambian YouTube content creator by the name of Renee Marcus. Renee Marcus was outraged and she began to make videos about this issue. Now, Renee Marcus actually started a petition to have her Art Cathey removed from the Gambia. So let's watch a little bit of this. I never seen this before. All right. So let's check this out.
If you intend to visit religious country, you should respect local traditions.
All right.
Foreign travel advice, the Gambia. Local laws and customs. Local laws reflect the fact that the Gambia is an Islamic country. You should respect local traditions, customs, laws, and religions at all times. And be aware of your actions to ensure that they do not offend other cultures or religions or religious beliefs.
Okay, so
especially during the holy month.
This is what I'm talking about. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure my mic is on. This is what I'm talking about. See, you see what she just read? They're telling you this is a Muslim country, a conservative Muslim country. They accept all cultures. So when you go in there talking about another culture, you're offending them. They don't like that. So we can't go there talking about other cultures and think they're going to be cool with that, because they're not. And they're telling you right here in writing, we ain't cool with that. So don't come over here doing that. That's why I always tell you, you got to read the travel advisories. You got to. All right, let's go.
Ramadan, or if you intend to visit religious areas. Recent amendments to the Gambia Criminal Code have criminalized a range of behavior, including causing a public nuisance, which can carry a 5-year prison term and or a fine of $250,000. Welcome back to my channel. It's Renee Marcus. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And if you're new to my channel, please do me that favor and press that subscribe button. Guys, the reason why I started this petition about Cathey is because her attitude, her behavior, it's disgusting. She is so immature, it's unbelievable. Just recently, I watched her video when she was talking about African lawyers, judges wearing white wig or blonde wig. Is that even a joke? That's international. That's worldwide. Why don't you go and read and understand why everyone wears that hat that you're calling a wig? Blonde wig. Instead of sitting on social media looking so stupid and dumb. Cathey has insulted not only Africans, but even Americans themselves. And some of those Americans are the ones supporting her of what she's doing. I watched one of her videos that one of my subscribers sent me on my Instagram, where she sat insulting her brother, wishing her brother death, and her brother passed away. Her brother had stroke. None of her family members can actually.
Wow, I didn't know that, y'all. Hold on. I didn't know that. Wow. That's why I'm saying. See, that's what I'm telling you. This, for me to act like that, I'd have to lower myself. I'm not going to lower myself. I feel sorry for this lady. If our Cathey really, truly did that, and Renee Marcus has no reason to lie. You know, if she, and then they say, well, Renee Marcus don't like Black people, but would you? Would you? To her, this is our Cathey, and then the Black people are all in the comments, ha and he and talking about it. So would you? So I don't believe it's so much that she doesn't like Black people. I think it's that she doesn't like people who talk about and insult her country when they clearly tell you, this is what my country is like. We accept everybody. We don't go by color. We don't do none of that. We accept all people. So I think that's where this is coming from. And that's the part we got to get.
She was happy that her brother died. How heartless could you be?
I can't believe that.
Cathey has some mental issues. She's mentally challenged and she needs to be sorted out. But please don't bring that sickness.
Now, I agree with that.
In my country. In the Gambia.
Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. But I did major I'm sorry. Yeah, that was my concentration. It was my concentration with student development. Okay. And when studying student development, you study mental illnesses and how mental illnesses exhibit, how it will show itself. Now, I do believe, and Cathey has said it herself, that she does suffer from some mental illnesses. Okay. And again, this explains her behavior, because when you get under stress, and Gambia will put you under stress, honey, I'm telling you, it will put you under stress. When you are under stress, especially the rainy season, and you're not prepared for that, and I think she got there during the rainy season or right when it was starting, your mental illness is going to flare up. And because they don't even deal with mental illness the same way we deal with it here. So I do agree with that part. Yes, I do. And our Cathey has said herself that she does suffer from mental illness.
Gambia, in our country, in our peaceful motherland, Gambia already has its issue. Africa has its own issues. We don't need you. We don't need you to add more problems. We want our brothers and sisters to come back, to invest, to have a better life. You don't even have to invest. As long as you can look after yourself, that's fine by us. But if you're sitting there saying, after
I told y'all
it's happiness.
That's what they don't look. They were like, how dare you? You not only saying this, but you telling them this, and they're listening to you because you're one of them, and they're going to believe what you say. So why would you do this? Why would you paint us all and our whole country like this?
Let's come back and take what belongs to us. Acting so stupid, and you claim to be 38 even though you're older than that. Black don't crack, they say, but you definitely do crack.
Why she say she older than that, y'all?
Cathey, what's your problem?
Does she know something we don't? Is she older than that? Is she older than that, Truth Serum? Truth Serum, why is she saying that? Is she older than that? Do you know? Is she
Petition that you're laughing at? Making
it doesn't
mockery
matter though, for real.
That's fine, Cathey, we're used to it. Because just not long ago, you were making a mockery out of a homeless person in the Gambia. You make mockery of us all the time. You're not making mockery of us alone, but you're making yourself look stupid because you're against your own black skin color. You don't even call yourself African. You said you don't want to have the same culture as us because our culture is so backwards, like in the 80s. But that same culture, you're living in that same country that has that culture you're against it. Those same people you call uneducated and so backward, you're going to their market, buying their fresh food that they actually grow, using their own network, because the network providers in the Gambia are Gambian owners. The phone that you're using is basically Chinese made, but you're still against the Chinese. In every single country you go, in every single race, there are good and bad. I don't care if you disagree.
See, and that's the whole thing.
If Cathey, you are
she's right. In every race and everywhere you go, there are good and there are bad people. Everywhere you go. So you can't just say, everybody is like that. You can never generalize about people like that.
So untouchable in my country. Gambia, it's my country. Not only I have a nationality of a Gambian, but it's my birthright. I'm a first-class citizen in my country. I'm also a British, but I'm a second-class British in the UK. And I dare not to talk about any rubbish about England while I'm in this country.
Yeah.
England made me who I am today in order to invest back in my country. The education I have today is because of England. Cathey, that's what you are. I'm not going to tell you what that means. Maybe play it for the few Gambians that support you. They will basically interpret it. Cathey.
What she say, y'all?
Cathey, that's what you are.
Who knows what she said? Tell us what she said.
I'm not going to tell you what that means.
What does it mean?
Maybe play it for the few Gambians that support you. They will basically interpret it. If you're actually still holding back on what the white people did to our ancestors, you're no better than them.
No.
We have changed. We are better than that.
All right. Exactly.
And our ancestors should be proud of us because we're smarter. Because we are not.
He's right.
Please start noting down your plans, your solution, and take them to America. You have two options. Delete all those horrible contents about Africa, or you leave. Simple as ABC. Because we put the government there. So we are the voice. When we cry, the government will wipe our tears.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel so untouchable and big in my country, the Gambia, our homeland, How about me, the Gambian that was born and raised in Gambia?
Exactly.
How about me? Akati. Ndax yaa ngi déglu sa bopp mu baax sooy because teguma ko le. This petition must go on. And Akati, start posting every single day that you're not leaving. My dear, you will leave when the time comes. I beg,
And
you will
did.
leave.
She told her she was leaving, and she did. Yeah, she did. She said you will leave. And she did. Honey, she did.
Africa is our own, my sister. Make I tell you this. Africa is our own. If you're coming to Africa,
listen, y'all better listen to what she's saying because she's telling y'all the truth.
Guest, act like one. As long as you do not have that nationality that shows or prove you're African, then you're not African. You hold your American passport and you pay resident. You have a resident permit to stay in the country. And if the government refuses to renew that resident permit, Akati, we all know, we both know that resident permit is the only thing keeping you in the Gambia. Without that, you will not be in the Gambia.
Okay.
There's so much to talk about.
We're going to stop there on that one. So that's when she went and Renee got the petition together. All right. But Renee Marcus was not done. After that, she made another video where she went clean off. Okay, so that's the one about, okay, this is the one where she upset them. But hold on, I'm about to come to y'all comments. She was on fire on this video. All right, so let me, now I seen this one, but I didn't know who she was. Because remember, in 2020, I was just finding out about Gambia through Black Acres of the Gambia. So I didn't know about all of these people. I didn't know about nothing that was going on over there like that. All of this was like new to me. All right, so let me go and look. Let's check out your comments and then we're going to go over here and look. Our Cathey better hurry up and return to America. Medical treatment is better here. It sure is. She better hurry up, like you said, honey. You better hurry up and get back here. Yeah. Wait, y'all, I done lost a comment already that fast. Oh, Lord, it's going to be one of them. Let me start from the bottom and go up. Crafto Walk says, he drove solo to the, okay, y'all talking about something. Kiki, she just said it. We're not African, and I agree with her. I'm a Black American. People can keep that African nonsense. Like she said, then that's how they look at us for real. So when we be doing all that African talk, they just be smiling. But they thinking you ain't African. Your passport is blue. You are a Black American. You may have had a grandparent come from here, but you not from here. You from America. You're a guest here. Don't forget that. And that's where we forget it. Oh, we go over there thinking, you know, we going to do this. We going to run that. No, you're not going to do nothing. Just like she said she was going, you tell her quit posting every day that you won't leave because you will leave. You will leave. And not only that, honey, they had her, she wasn't even leaving her house. She wasn't even leaving her house. Ain't no telling what this woman was going through when she was over there. Ain't no tell, along with the mental illnesses that she admits that she goes through. Okay. Oh no, we're going up. Kiki, you just said okay. Okay, she just said it. Okay. You are great. Act like one. I love it. You are a guest. Act like one. I love it. It's true though. Did she abandon the children coop? The chicken coop business. What chicken coop business? I didn't see nothing about no chicken coop business. I didn't see nothing about that. Okay. See yourself as criticizing her own country for not having street signs. She does not care for Americans being in her country. I watched her channel before. But what is it that she doesn't care for? Because whenever I talk to Renee Marcus, and I'm an American, if she didn't like us, I don't think she would talk to me. You know what I mean? If this is how she felt about Black Americans, I'm sure she would be nasty to me. She's never nasty to me. Whenever I ask her for something, ask her a question, she's always like quick to respond. She responds. You know, so people who don't like Black Americans, they're not going to do that. I think she doesn't like certain type of Black Americans. Like she said, don't generalize. All people are not the same, and they're not. And from my experience with her, I wouldn't say that she dislikes Black Americans. I don't know. Maybe I think she dislikes the Black Americans that she see in the Gambia. Oh, going the wrong direction. Oh, yeah, please. Once again, please don't forget to like the video. We have 4 shares on this video. 4 shares, y'all. Thank you so much. And please, let's get to 6,000 subscribers. Let's show everybody that we're going to let everybody know the truth. We're going to keep everybody informed. And no more will we be taken advantage of. No more will our vulnerable people be exploited. No more will the single women be exploited. No more will the families be exploited. Let's make sure we subscribe, like the video. All right, please help me get to 6,000. I know we can do it because I have thousands of people who watch the video. So come on, y'all, subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get it out there. Let's get this word out here. All right, let's finish. She herself was criticizing her own. Oh, I did that. Okay, I just did that. She has a she has a bakery now. She's went back to Gambia, so she does have a bakery now. She built a dumb chicken coop farm while telling Black Americans not to purchase land. Crypto walk. To be fair, she was inspired by another YouTuber who down from UK in the late. Okay. All right, so let's go and watch this one. All right, let's see what she's talking about on this one. Because this is the issue with our Cathey. And I'm going to show y'all what she's saying. In all fairness, I got to show y'all what she's saying. We got to look at it. We got to analyze it. We got to see what she's saying. All right, so let's go here and listen.
You can't come to our country insulting people however you feel like you can say it.
And you know what? Y'all need to pay attention to this because this is real talk. You cannot go to Africa and do that. In no country. You do that and you gonna get dealt with. When I say, like Smokey said, you gonna get dealt with, you gonna get dealt with. Do you understand me? If you go there doing this, you gonna get dealt with. Again, if you don't like something, keep your mouth closed. Just say, oh, Lord, when I get out of here, I sure ain't ever coming back to this country. That's all you got to do and be done with it. But don't go over there doing all talking about them and all that.
No, it's just not right. She said Gambians are stupid. We are not educated. Seriously? Welcome back to my channel. It's Renee Marcus. Thank you so very much for tuning in. But guys, this is serious. Like, seriously, when I say this is serious, this is serious. I don't even know where to start. It's like I'm angry, but at the same time, I'm laughing. I think when I'm angry, I laugh. And I think I took this too personal because I have the right to. Just like people, some people have their own opinion and they just feel like they can basically say whatever they want to say without even filtering. Some people actually don't have filters in their mouth. That's how I can actually say. So however it is, they don't care. It's just going to come out. They're just going to vomit it out. And I need to shut some people up. I really need to, and I'm doing it right now.
how to do business. They don't. And this is why they've been broke and have no business infrastructure. I'm going to tell y'all why. You're not going to like it if you're Gambian, but if you're real, you're going to respect it. But this is why Gambians are in the position that they're in, because they do terrible, terrible things in business. Let's talk about that. I don't want to tell the truth about nothing and keep deflecting. No, it is this. You don't understand. No, girl, we understand everything. You just ain't used to hearing somebody that's clear and see through your bullshit. It's not going to stay like this. So as many of us that started coming out here, I'm so happy so many black people coming out here. Y'all not going to want to do business with the average Gambian, because they will make you want to bust them in the face and punch them in the mouth. Because they're going to lie and be that 3-year-old that ate the cookies.
Oh my God.
They act like they did.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
See, I ain't seen this one. Oh my God. Oh my God, Jesus. Hold on. Let me go back. I ain't seen this one.
It's not going to stay like this. So as many of us that started coming out here, I'm so happy so many black people coming out here. Y'all not going to want to do business with the average Gambian, because they will make you want to bust them in the face and punch them in the mouth. Because they're going to lie and be that 3-year-old that ate the cookies and going to act like they didn't. And you just don't understand. You don't understand. You just, no, you don't understand. No, you don't understand. And one of y'all going to be like, I'll help you understand. I'm going to make.
So she looked the same size to y'all? Not to me, she don't. All this looks smaller. Her face looks smaller. Everything looks smaller.
Damn cup in my hand. If I knock you upside the head,
but this is around the same time, because this is when she's in the Gambia. So she might have lost a little weight. She might have lost a little weight since that last video, because you do lose about 10, 20 pounds when you get there.
And the Lord, the lateness of it all, and the children. Hell, at least in the States, we know birth control was awful. We just starting to wake up to that. Out here, girl, they don't know shit from Shinola.
Listen to that.
They die young. They don't know how to take care of
wow.
their fitness, working out. They're working out. I have seen girls eat that bread, mayonnaise, sprinkle over ramen noodle sodium packets for sandwiches. Like, this is how people eat out here with all the natural resources around. They don't take advantage of them. And so this is what's happening when you have a very, very great and mighty guys. They live lowly, they think lowly, and they act lowly, especially when it.
So at Cathey, or whatever her name is,
wow. Whew. That was a bit much, if I say so myself. Wow. I just don't know why she thought that was okay to say that about those people. That's what I don't get. I don't understand why she thought it was okay to talk about them like that. I didn't get that. I don't get that.
You can find her on YouTube. I will also leave this specific video, the link on my description box. This lady, this American lady, decided to move from America to the Gambia with her $2,000 to basically come to our country and insult us. Even though she did said some Gambians, she didn't mention all, but when you insult one Gambian, you insult the whole Gambia. You just didn't insult that one person. So I just want to throw this out to Cathey. And if any of you that are actually watching my video,
didn't I tell y'all? That's how they think. They for real too. Yeah, that's how they think. You don't sit up and talk about that. No, they don't play that.
You can actually help me share this video as much as possible, because I want this lady with her small mouth to know what she's actually talking about is all rubbish. You can't come to our country insulting people however you feel like you can say it. No, it's just not right. She said Gambians are stupid. We are not educated.
Buffers in place, networks already in place, so you ain't even got to deal with it. Because trust me, that BS, that lack of education is in the culture, so steep in the culture. And they can smile, oh, the smiling coast, smiling, waiting to get a scam, and they don't know no better. At least I can't say that they don't try to, but it's so ingrained in the culture to not have integrity and to be, oh God, just to lie like that. It's just lying.
Wow.
It's lying, and a lot of y'all have learned to do that. You know cultures where they depend on tourists and all that type of stuff. There's no real independence and all of that. I'm smiling in your face because I'm so starving and I'll do anything and say anything you want. And those are people you really got to watch out for. Think about it.
Seriously, if we're not educated, what are you doing in our country? Can I just ask you that question? Please comment on the comment box and tell me the reason why you're actually in my country. You went to Ghana and insulted Ghanaian people about, Ghana is too expensive, Ghana is this, Ghana is that. Who are you? Why didn't you stay in America where they are killing Black people every day like chickens? Why didn't you stay there?
That's
they
not
have
true.
more serious things to talk about in America. What they're
they got
actually doing
them
to
thinking.
people. Look at George Floyd.
Did you hear what she said? They over here killing BAs like chickens because they got them over there believing that. They got them over there believing, y'all, when we walk down the street, when we get in our cars every day, that they be on us, be stopping us, be harassing us. And that's so far from the truth. I can't even tell. I think I got one, maybe 2 traffic tickets in my whole life. Maybe contact with the police, maybe 2-3 times in my whole life. And it wasn't like that. It was like just talking to them about different things. So this whole thing about police brutality, they went over there and they magnified this to make people think that we deal with this every single day of our life. Some people do. Some people do. But I don't. And the people I run around with, they do not. But there is a whole class of Black Americans who do deal with them every day. But it's not my class. And that's the thing. They don't tell them that.
Why didn't you stood up and talk about him? What they did to him is so unfair. Why did you run from America to Africa? Do you know how many 1,000 miles you've actually flown just to come and insult us? You're having the best time of your life. You did not basically say that to the world to basically see. But all you have to say is, oh, Gambians are this, Gambians are that. Who the hell are you? Are you that educated? Do you know how many educated Gambians are actually in the country that are way more educated than you? Excuse me, watch your mouth next time when you speak to Gambians. Don't just come on social media, start blabbing your small mouth as if you're better than us.
Wow. I do business. We do. Our fellow, but vast majority of our Gambian brothers and sisters, girl, they late. Will try to hustle you and will cut off the full business relationship for one hustle. That's how short-sighted they are, and that's called hand-to-mouth culture. It's a scam, hand-to-mouth culture that you have to deal with. This is the reality of places that you're moving to, that are third world and developing countries. You'll find this. It's a lack of integrity in business and a lack of competency in business as well. You can see people working in corporate America, corporate buildings, or building that's barely standing or whatever out here. They can have on ties and shirts, but honey, it's a 5-year-old business competency operating in that grown person's mind. You can best believe the vast majority.
Do you know what? If your story is even true, that you gave $1,000 to someone to buy you shoes and they came and basically the story is just bullshit anyways. If that's actually true, seriously, that's even small. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Do you know why? Because you've explained that you don't even mingle with the locals. You came to our country, act richer than us, make you wear a cabin crew. And what do they get paid? £1,200 or £1,100? Mate, you were earning next to nothing. You were earning chicken change. You came to our country. Why didn't you make it in America? Why didn't you stay in America and just come to Gambia for holiday or any other African country? Africa is the continent and we're the same. You can't come to someone's country. We accepted Black Americans to move back because we know what you guys are going through is hell. You guys are going through hell. You can never make it in your country. You can never make it back in America because of your skin color.
We're going through hell. Listen to what they're telling these people. We're going through hell. And we can't make it here because of our skin color. See, they've even generalized about all of us. That every day of our life, every day of my life, I'm not going through hell. I'm not. Only time I really went through hell is when people pass away that I love. That's the only time I've been through hell and back. Okay. And what was the other thing about what we going through? That's not my reality. And it's so wrong. And it's just hilarious to me that people really think this is our reality, that every day we go through this. And that is so far from the truth. So far from the truth.
Because you guys were slaves. But wait, you came to our country. We have our own culture. You must adapt our culture. You must mingle with the locals in order to basically live in Gambia. If you don't watch your mouth, what's coming next is more. It's even worse. What we have, we appreciate it. What you see, it's our culture. And if you can't adapt and appreciate who we are, what we are, then please, mate, can you just leave?
Mm-hmm.
Leave right now before it's too late, because we will come for you.
Told you.
You insulted our whole nation about...
What did she say? What she tell them? You better leave now, or we are going to come for you. Wow. I didn't know this was in this video, y'all. I had no clue. Wow. This is unbelievable.
When you see a 50-year-old man, he looks like he's 80. Like, guys, can you tell me how old she is? We don't even know your age, but you look like you're 61, mate. Just because you're tiny and healthy doesn't mean you look good. Because you're not.
So delusional to business.
When you see our ladies, ones that look like 20, the 20-year-olds, females look like they're 50. You've insulted our moms, our brothers, our aunties, our uncles, our dads. Who the hell are you? Because you're from America, because then you think you're more superior than us? When you mingle with the locals, if you don't speak English, no one will know you're from America, because we have the same skin tone, because we look alike. Who are you? Do you know how many educated people are in Gambia?
Yes,
that's before true. I forget,
because
guys,
when I'm there, they don't know where I'm. They think I'm from there, but they think I either live in America. Oh no, honey, they always think I'm from the UK. Jesus, they think I live in the UK. Okay, they always think that. Okay, but because they're always like I'll catch people staring at me, and I'm like, why are they staring at me? And then they would say, well, because I'm just trying to figure out where you're from, because you look like you from here, but then you kind of look like you from over there too. So she's right. Because remember, when I go out in public, I don't talk. I don't do all that. I just have my sunglasses on and I'll just be watching the scene. Unless I'm with my friends. Now, when I'm with my friends, yeah, I'm talking. But out in public, just running my mouth, nah.
If you comment anything negative on her page, she would delete it. Every single comment she see about the video, she's talking about how uneducated we are and stupid. People have been commenting, saying, how dare you say things like this about Gambians? We welcomed you nicely. She deleted every single negative comment. Who the hell are you? What gives you the guts and rights to think that you can delete people's comments? If you don't want negative comments, if you don't want those kind of comments, please exit out of YouTube. This is not your place. Some of her videos, she's like, having the best time of my life in the Gambia. But you, the same person, you're chatting shit because you know that this life you're having in Gambia, you can't have it back in America. 100% definitely no. Who are you, Cathey? Who are you? What gives you the right and guts to insult us anyhow? About Gambians are stupid, we're uneducated, we don't know how to do business. Mate, I'm about to start my business in the Gambia. Don't set your feet near my business because I'll break them for you. Look at what Juliet is doing, motivating others to return back to Africa, improving businesses in Gambia, promoting us.
Juliet.
Look at the Black Acres of the Gambia, what they're doing.
Yeah, look at what they're doing. But she didn't know back then. Juliet is Blackset, y'all, in case y'all didn't know.
Helping the locals. But what are you even doing? Renovating houses? You're not helping no one, you're helping yourself. You came there for a job. Don't come to Africa looking for a job. Come and create one. Come in there eating our food, eating everything fresh, sleeping nicely. You don't have to wake up receiving loads of letters through the post box, but you're not appreciating none of that. You're sitting there saying, I don't even mingle. I don't even mingle with the locals. I mingle with, you know, Americans, people like me, people like who? Dogs like you? Seriously? Check yourself.
Oh my God.
Before we come for you.
What?
And about Gambians can't even speak English.
She said, check yourself before we come for you. And y'all, they're not going to come for you the way y'all think, the way we think. You know, it ain't that. They're going to go to their ancestors. They're going to go to the gods of that land that they believe in. That's who they're going to. And some of them might step to you. But you better believe they're going to come for you in more ways than one. Oh, this is sad. I ain't never seen this.
It's not our first language. It's not our native language. Wolof, Mangambian, Pirla. I speak Wolof better than I speak English. If you listen to my videos, you will know that I make some mistakes. And I'm proud of it because I'm not British. So who the hell are you to come into our country and basically start saying, oh, they can't even speak good English, they speak broken English. And we're proud of the English because you still understand the damn language. How long have you been in the Gambia? Have you learned anything? Have you learned anything with your $2,000 you came to the country, showing off as if you got the world when you've got shit? Who are you? Please, guys, help me. This message needs to get to Cathey because she needs to listen. We need to put some knowledge in her small brain because I think there's too much air. Don't come to Africa acting too big because you won't fit in the country. Boy, watch your mouth. Gambians don't speak good English. You yourself, I speak better English than you because I pronounce words better than you do. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Y'all niggas gonna be like it. What is that?
What?
Can you show me what dictionary says y'all?
It's okay. It's a dialect. Okay. It's Americans have dialects. It depends on where you come from in the United States. People who come from the South, when they get comfortable, or whose, grandparents come from there, when they get comfortable, they tend to relax the way they say different letters, because in the South, their dialect seems to be a little more relaxed when they pronounce different letters. So that's why it sounds like that, because it's a dialect, okay, of the English language. It's a part of our North American English, but different regions speak differently. And the South, especially where she's from, yes, they will talk like that. And, so that's what that is. Okay. That's why you're not gonna. But if you look in an Urban Dictionary, and I'm sure if you look now online, they'll explain that to you.
Y'all niggas, can you tell me? We speak good English.
And that's
the standard we have in English, we're happy with it.
That's another thing she don't understand. Like, she mixes a lot of like Ebonics in when she speaks, or Cathey does. And they don't understand that. A lot of that has a lot of language that people find offensive.
So don't come insulting us. We eat bread and mayonnaise. The last time I checked, if you want to find fat people, the fattest people in the world, go to America. We eat unhealthy. You want to go there? You want to go there with me? Do some research and you will know America and Gambia who have the fattest people. Africans are welcoming Black Americans. We feel sorry for you guys because you guys are going through hell, because they still see you guys as slaves.
See?
And all you get to talk about is...
See? That's what that whole we're the victim has gotten us in Africa. I didn't even know they looked at us like that. Because I can guarantee you, I mean, to say they still look at us like that, maybe some people do. Maybe some people wish for that. And maybe some people do still look at us like that. But to say that's our everyday existence, it depends on who you are. You do run into racism and discrimination. That's why we have laws here against that. And you do have to deal with that, at different points. But to paint us as victims and, these poor Americans, these poor Black Americans, oh, wait a minute, y'all. These poor Black Americans who have no rights in their country. Yeah, that victim mentality. See, they went over there and now they got us all looking like that.
In the thank you package of what Africans have done for you is we're uneducated, insulting our parents, insulting our brothers, insulting the whole Gambia.
I know.
And you're saying
like
some.
that.
Keep your some in your guts. Seriously, I'm just done for today. I just can't deal with this lady.
All right, so that's the end of that one. Now, that was the backlash. All right. That's where we are going to stop tonight, because y'all know we don't do longer than 3 hours. All right. That's where we're going to stop tonight. I hope what I've done tonight is help you understand who our Cathey is, because that's my goal. I want you to understand who she is and what is the controversy around her. What has happened to cause up this this stir around her. And that's what I wanted you to see. Where we're going to pick up. Now we're going to do the Gambia people on Saturday. We'll do Thursday. We're going to go do Ghana. We're talking about Ghana. Okay. But what we're going to do, pick up, I'm going to show you exactly. Our Cathey didn't start off talking like that. No, she didn't. It didn't start off like that. I think it was her mental illnesses and the stress of being there and the stress of trying to do business there. And when I would be in Lagos, and I kid y'all not, we could only do one thing a day. You could only do one thing a day. If you were going to go to ShopRite, that was all you're going to be able to do today. If you did something else, it had to be in your little subdivision. They call them estates. It had to be in your little estate because the traffic is too bad. The traffic in Lagos, Nigeria is horrible. And it takes you forever to get to point A to point B. So most of the time, you're not going to be able to do more than one thing a day. All right. You can walk to the little stores in your neighborhood, but that's pretty much what all it's going to be. Yeah, I can't even remember why I said that. I don't even remember why I said that, but y'all, I'm getting sleepy. Y'all know I'm about to get sleepy. Hey, Miss Susan, she says, good night, Kiki. Enjoy your week. Oh, honey, you too. I think the ones that have traveled know better, but America Americans go to Africa and tell them that. They do. They do, but the ones who live here, like you said, and who be around us. But see, my African friends always told me they don't be around us like that. So they don't know. You know, when they come here, if they're not involved with one of us, they're not around us like that. And even if they're involved with one of us, they have to want to be a part of our community to really learn about our community. Other than that, they're not going to know. They're going to believe everything people tell them, especially if they're Black Americans. Miss Simone says, "Oh no, you didn't miss it, honey. You're here now. Thank you for coming." Some Americans do look at us as slaves. Africans do look at us as slaves, which give them a feeling of superiority. Oh Lord. Well, I feel sorry for the ones that look at us like that. Look at Crypto Walk. He says Renee started it. Our Cathey didn't even know who she was back then when Renee had started coming for her. Well, we're going to look at the dates on the videos, okay? Let's do that. Let's look at the date on the video. I have transgenerational, I can't see that, memory, deported from West Africa to, okay, okay. Y'all know I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to start cutting off the comments, half reading them. If Renee would have said any of this in the U.S., she would. What, Crypto Walk? Oh, my God. Intelligence side. You make little sense. Oh, okay. Him and Lisa are talking. 2 Black women fighting over nothing. Well, they're fighting over something very serious. Our Cathey is on YouTube, in her opinion, putting down her country, putting down the culture of her country, putting down the men in her country, putting down the women in her country. And she's extremely offended. So she's, as a YouTube content creator who represents Gambia, she feels like she should say something. Now, our Cathey, on the other hand, she believes she's doing the right thing because she's just feels like I'm talking to Black Americans. I'm not even talking to y'all. So why are y'all even listening and commenting? I'm talking to my people and I'm telling them how I feel about what I see. All right. So that's what the argument is all about. But unfortunately, Renee Marcus, when she did that, more people knew about it. You see, the Fatu Network even picked up the story. So they started even talking about it. So more Gambians were talking about it, and it was putting our Cathey in a bad situation. It really was, because you never know who's going to come to get you. Because you see what happened to Anja when she starts speaking up against what was going on over there. You see what happened to her. All right, so who? Wow, she's really upset. Yeah, she was. Ha ha ha! Y'all fools acknowledge the Queen. That SHIT didn't mean nothing to Black Americans. Okay, team member definitely not the Queen's English. Okay, y'all talking. Yes, this battle was old. Well, of course it's old. We're using it. Some people don't know about the battle. Like I didn't know about the battle. I never seen this video. Because like I said, by the time I had discovered Gambia and what was going on there, they were, a lot of the people were gone. Well, not gone. I'm sorry. Our Cathey was gone. She had left. And okay. Kiki, I don't believe you missed all of this back. Oh God, I did. I was watching Black Acres of the Gambia. Okay. That's what I was doing. I was watching Black Acres of the Gambia, and I think I was teaching online. I was teaching online because that was during COVID. Yeah, I was teaching online because we went back. We stopped in March, and we went back in August online. And I was teaching online, and teaching online was very challenging. So, I didn't have time to look for that. I didn't even discover Invest, Relocate Africa until like, I would say maybe in January. I don't know. It's when I just started researching the videos about Invest, Relocate Africa. But no, remember, she was gone by then. It doesn't seem like, from what I'm finding, that Art stayed in the Gambia too long. It doesn't seem like she was there very long. Poison your tea. Yeah, I told y'all about them poison tea in Gambia and Cameroon. Kiki, these Africans don't want get started with us in the US. They're all mad now because we want Trump to deport all the illegals, and many of them are illegal. Oh, wow. Renee Marcus and our Cathey is a real fight. Wouldn't end nicely. Okay, she said, okay, that's y'all talking to each other. White people have said worse things about Africans, but I don't see Africans getting upset. See, there we go again. We can't say that without evidence. All right, where's the evidence? Renee went to Gambia and paid people, played people, and paid people like crap. She preached one thing and does another one. Paid them for what? What was she paying them for? You have a family in the UK. Okay, she's talking to crypto. Well, Africans come to the US and fake it. It takes a household of 8 Africans to surpass what a Black American family does with 2 adults. These people are liars. You walk and talk different. Who would go to another country and poke the bear and expect the bear not to respond? Honey, I don't know. They stare at you because you look different from Africans. Oh, is that what it is, honey? Because, honey, I'll be wondering. I'm just sitting there and I'll be looking straight out the window. And then I just happen to look out the corner of my eye. And this is at the gas station. And this is, just different places, at the restaurant. And remember, I'm not saying anything. I have on Gambian clothes. I have my head ties on, everything. And then I'll see out the corner of my eye, or I'll catch them just staring at me. And I'm like, what the heck are they staring at me for? And then when I ask my family and friends, they always, when I ask them, they'll tell me. Even in Cameroon, they even tell me, well, we thought you look like a Cameroonian, and we thought you were from Cameroon. And they even told me where they thought I was from. They said, you look like you from Northern Cameroon. And they said, but we thought you had an accent because you went away to America to go to school, because a lot of people do that, and then they come back. Yeah, you look different from the Africans. Who would go to another country? Okay, we read that. I just thought about that. My DNA structure is a little different. The makeup is a little different. So, I'm 80% of my DNA structure comes from West Africa, but the 20% comes from different parts of Europe. So, yeah, they're probably looking like, yeah, she looked African, but then she got something in her. She looked a little different. The only crime she committed was speaking up as a Black woman. If a white person had said what she said, no one would have. But how y'all know that? We can't say that. It's our fault that the Africans come to the U.S. and make it. How do y'all know that? As an African, I can confirm that Cathey used to say was true. Oh, honey, we're going to get to it. Kiki, I was around for all the nonsense with Renee was talking crazy. We're got on the bad makeup wearing hag. What? I didn't understand that part. All right, so we had that part. All right, y'all. I think I got y'all comments, but that's all we're going to do for tonight. I think older Nigerian women think I'm one of them. LOL, they spot me and order me around. Girl, order me around. I just do what they say. Usually in a store. Do you know, MP, there is a Senegalese store that I go to, right? I was in the store one time, and this older Senegalese lady came up to me and just started talking to me in Wolof, and she was telling me to do. I could tell she was telling me something to do something because she was pointing, you know. And I looked at her and I shook my head. I said, I don't work here. I don't speak Wolof. So it was so funny. And I was asking my friend who I was with, I said, what did she say? And he said, oh, she thought you worked here. She thought you were. I said, really? He said, yeah, she thought you worked here. So yeah, that you're right. It is usually older ones. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that was funny. Both had valid and ignorant points. Yeah, exactly. Valid and ignorant points. I like that. And use colorful language. This is basically the hood rat calling the chicken head. Joe, girl, this is hilarious. She said it's basically the hood rat calling the chicken head ghetto. And she said all of that from the UK. So there's that. No, I think she was in Gambia. Was she in Gambia, y'all, or the UK? But that was funny. T and K, it's a UK thing, not okay. So y'all talking. All right, y'all. Y'all different. Ain't no African gonna tell me nothing. All right, y'all, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. The video has been shared 4 times. Thank you so very, very much. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can get to 6,000, so we can get this message out, so we can make sure everybody knows what's going on. And we ain't saying don't go, like I always say. We just want you to be careful. The purpose of this channel is to educate you on how to be safe and not be scammed when you go to Africa. That is the whole purpose of why I do these videos. This is exactly why. But this ain't a video. This is a whole live stream. All right. Tribes are very important in many Africans. You could be from the same country, but get treated as an outsider. Sticking together is not their strong suit. Yeah, Joan phone was funny. Nigerian aunties will fuss you out. Honey, sure will. All of them will. And I'm like, lady, I didn't know what she was saying. It was funny, but I knew she was saying something. Yeah, please hit the like button, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all know, I told y'all know when I'm getting sleepy because I start singing. All right. True Serum says, and don't forget Art's GoFundMe to see a pic that shows she was not lost a pound. Enlarge the picture. Oh my God, I will, True Serum. Okay. We're gonna get to the GoFundMe. Okay. Okay, but we gotta set the stage. We gotta present the evidence. We ain't even got to what she said, or we saw a little bit of it, but there's so much more. And then there was a piece where she really was just trying. I thought she was really trying to just give information. So something happened. Okay, and that's what we need to see. What happened? All right, but something happened where her whole message changed. All right, y'all. So that's all we got for tonight. This was a good show, if I say so myself. We will be back on here. Crefto Walk said the same thing. Thank you, Crefto Walk. We will be back on here Thursday. We're going to be talking about Ghana because there is a lot going on in Ghana, and you people need to know. All you people who listening to these land scammers like Kenza, in my personal opinion, because if you selling land without hold on, y'all, I got to call. Because you can't even sell land as an American. But these people aren't telling you what's going on in Ghana, honey. Last week we was talking about how the dollar was dropping, depreciating. Honey, it's down to 10. It was 12 last week. Now it's down to 10. So just imagine that. Your money is not worth anything. So what was the point for you to move to Ghana? They gotcha. Gotcha. Because guess what? Most of them going to have to leave because they can't afford to live there. And guess what? Guess who gonna get them houses? Yeah. The dollar is depreciated again. But like I said, we're gonna be back on that Thursday. We're gonna stay on that. How they ain't even telling these people that. Kids are talking about, I ain't worried about it. I bet she ain't. We're gonna do all that. All right, y'all. Have a good sleep. Have a great weekend. And thanks for chatting. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Cathey has cancer and she has doing, we know, babe. We're gonna talk about it. Kiki called the Nigerian hospital and see if our Cathey is in one of them. What? What Nigerian hospital? Oh, Ghanaian hospital. You know how hard that is to do. Thank you, Kiki in chat. Thank you. It's not easy like here to call the doctor. Call the hospital. Buy Bitcoin and you won't have money problems. See y'all on the next live stream. You sure will, honey. What time on Thursday? Okay, y'all. Let's try 6 o'clock on Thursday. That'll give people time to get home from work and stuff and get their things done. But I want to try to do some this summer, some afternoon lives, okay? But this Thursday, we're going to do 6 o'clock because I got to get all this information together, and I'm still running around getting ready to go. Okay. Okay. Thank you. You too. A few more rainstorms and the babe's house is going to crumble. I hate to see, but it looks bad. Yeah, honey, it is going to crumble. It looks horrible. I earn a salary of a police officer and a school teacher put together. I am not making it in America because of my skin color. She is hilarious. Thank you. Thank you. Honey, thank you. Oh, thank you. He said he contributed money and I will keep her in my prayer. Thank you. I'm in the East, what is this? Eastern time zone. All right, y'all. I got to call United Airlines. I just remembered. All right, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.